T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kush's Corner here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world. Tonight, I'm joined once again by Mr. Adam Sehy of the Expert and the Idiot podcast for just a fun conversation about whatever ends up coming up. For any of you who listen to any of the episodes I've done with Adam, either on this show or on his show, you know that they kind of go wherever the conversation takes us. So no real agenda today, just a fun conversation with a good friend. But before we get into that, of course, as always, USARC. So USARC is the organization that is fighting for our rights to keep our reptiles, to run our reptile businesses, and to live this lifestyle. Check out usarc.org for everything you need to know about the organization. That website is where you can find alerts to new pieces of legislation introduced either at the national level or at local levels, as well as any updates on the progress of any legislation. USARC.org is also where you can become a member of the organization. As a community, we have strength in numbers, and the more people that are behind the cause, the better. And here we are. Thank you to anybody who has tuned into the episode. There was a little bit of confusion last week, I believe. This is not, in fact, live on Wednesday as you're seeing this. We have been recording this over the weekend. Happy NBA Finals to everybody. That is why I'm not doing a podcast at the current moment in time this Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. But nonetheless, happy to be here. If anyone is here checking it out on YouTube and are not already, please subscribe to the channel. New podcasts come out every single day of the week here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network from some of the best hosts in the industry, talking about a wide variety of reptile-related topics. So if you are a reptile podcast fan, you have come to the right place. But if you are more like myself and are an audio person, we are on all the major platforms, be that Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. You can find the Trap Talk Reptile Network. A follow and a 5-star review on any of those platforms would be most appreciated. And for all the behind the scenes with everything that I have going on at the podcast, with breeding, everything, check out patreon.com/CushReptile. That's the best way to support, keep up with everything over there at the Patreon. 50% of all membership fee immediately becomes a credit towards the purchase of an animal. That credit never expires. With breeding season well underway, with babies starting to hatch, if there's any projects that you are interested in that I'm working with, joining the Patreon is the best way to ensure a spot in line to get any of those animals. So a huge shout out to all the Patreon members. We've created a really cool community over there that is continuing to grow, and appreciate anybody who has checked it out. All right, so before we get into the episode with Adam, of course, we are going to take a quick moment to shout out some of the sponsors that made the channel possible. So sit tight, folks. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors. Shout out to tonight's sponsor brought to you by Zoomed.
Zoomed is proud to be supporting the Trap Talk Reptile Network. At Zoomed, reptiles are our passion. For over 48 years, we've been creating premium foods, supplies, and habitats for reptiles and other exotic animals. We're a company made up of hobbyists that test our products on the hundreds of animals that we care for here every single day. Whether you're an established breeder or a first-time hobbyist picking up your first ball python, Zoomed has you covered with everything you need to keep your animals happy and healthy.
I'm excited to talk about this new product with Zoomed called the Slither Sense. It is a remote temperature and humidifying monitoring system, which we all know how important temperature and humidity is to your reptile. And for you to have remote access to your temperature and your humidity in your reptile room could really, really be a game changer for the longevity of you keeping reptiles. So guys, make sure you check out that product. Find the link in the description below. Click on it right now. Give me your feedback in the comments below. Let me know how you're liking a brand new Zoomed product. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, Workshop Reptilium. Josh Hansen is doing things different over in his facility. He has one of the most diverse, beautiful reptile collections currently in the reptile hobby today, but he is doing things differently when it comes to enclosures, thinking outside the box, giving these reptiles bigger enclosures. I feel like it's something this hobby needs. So a lot of exciting stuff to come from Workshop Reptilium. I'm going to be flying up to his place to give you guys a deeper look into his facility. And I'm also excited to have an episode with Josh so he can explain himself where his goals are headed when it comes to keeping. Thank you so much, Josh Hansen over at Workshop Reptilium. Make sure you head over to Instagram. Make sure you head over to Facebook. Also, make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube. You can find all the links in the description below. Again, thank you so much, Josh, over at Workshop Reptilium. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, and that's the one and only Morph Market and Morph Market shipping. One of the biggest exciting things about the reptile hobby over the past couple years is Morph Market shipping taking everything to the next level. Anything as far as reptile purchasing or selling needs can all be done on Morph Market's website. So I highly suggest you go check it out, especially if you're in the market of purchasing your first, second, or third, or fourth reptile. You can find a bunch of legitimate breeders on Morph Market's platforms. They stand very tall on representing the best breeders we have in the hobby. So don't look anywhere else when it comes to looking for your new reptile. Not to mention, if you're looking for aquatics or your next plant, Morph Market's a spot for you as well. Make sure you head over to morphmarket.com. And the best thing about Morph Market's platform, you could ship directly from their website with Morph Market shipping. Morph Market shipping has saved this hobby millions of dollars as a whole. I myself saved thousands with Morph Market shipping last year due to their insanely cheap rates. So definitely go take advantage of these rates on top of the amazing customer service that comes along with Morph Market shipping. Shout out to Darian and Zach, and shout out to the entire Morph Market team. So proud to be a part of this team. Thank you so much for Morph Market shipping and Morph Market, and so excited to announce new Morph Market features that are going to be hitting the reptile hobby real soon, like live sales on Morph Market. Thank you so much, Morph Market and Morph Market shipping.
Adam, welcome.
Good. Hey, hi, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. It's so nice to be back.
Good. I'm glad. I know I always feel strange, asking other podcasters to be on my show, because I know, especially you, because you fucking crank them out at a clip that's a little bit higher than the rest of us. So, maybe with the exception of MJ, but I appreciate you taking the time this morning or evening if you guys are watching it as it debuts. But if you leave a comment, we cannot see it. So
yeah. Or actually, you should go down there and comment, because I'm going to go back and read them.
Well, yes,
so,
right. But if you ask us a question, we don't answer it. Please don't.
I'll answer it. I'll answer it in real time.
All right, never mind. Adam's got it. So go crazy, everybody.
So yeah, man, how have you been? How are things out in Texas?
Things are good. It's starting to get hot. For whatever reason, this year, kind of relative to the last couple of years I've been here, it's taken a little bit longer to start getting really, really hot days. But I think we're going to be hitting 100 sometime in the next week for the first time. So it's that time. Kind of been lucky to, we had like a low 80-degree day yesterday, which is like cold damn near for here. But June has always been the hottest month of the year since I've been here. Because it's before like the monsoon season starts happening, and we don't get hit quite as hard as like Arizona gets hit, but we kind of get like the eastern edge of all the monsoon action. So like come August, September, it's not quite as hot. And when I say that, it's like, low to mid 90s, but a lot of rain, especially like in the evenings near like in the mountains and stuff like that. So it's, it's pretty cool. I like that time of year, but right now is like dry, hot, miserable, Yeah, it's like that. So, but I mean, I guess aside from the weather, which I don't think is what you were asking me.
I'm always curious about the weather. I mean, right now we just started getting pretty consistent afternoon showers, which are kind of par for the course for summertime in Florida. We don't really get too many rainy days per se, unless there's like a big system coming through. But yeah, it's got its own vibe. I kind of like it. I like the change of the seasons. It's like I get burnt out on the cold, and it's Florida cold. It's not like crazy cold. We have some little, ooh, it's chilly. We got some frost, but
offended that you even said that, if I'm being honest with you.
It's all I know, man. I'm flow grown, as they say. We have the hoodies here, you know, flow grown.
I've seen
We have the other ones. They say, I grew here, you flew here.
Ooh.
You know, yeah, we're very proud people. You know, the ones who are born in Florida.
Very poetic, apparently, as well.
Yeah, yeah, very, very poetic. Yeah, we can rhyme words, dude, like it's nobody's business.
Mhm.
But yeah, and thank you for having me on, man. I can't turn down an invite for anything. It's kind of like overtime at work. If it comes up, I'm down. You know, and especially with my boy Steven, you know, it's always a good hang. It's always a good hang.
I'm glad. Yeah, well, I guess aside from that, I mean, first babies of the year have hatched, so super stoked about that. Breeding season is coming along. I'm currently needing and in the process of placing a new baby rack order, so that's good.
That is cool.
Actually becoming an adult and having an adequate baby space for production, which all that means is that I haven't had a good enough year to justify it before now. But you know, it's part of the journey. But definitely getting excited about the clutches that are coming. So it's that time, man. It's that time. What about you? How's stuff going on over there?
Pretty good. I mean, you know, I'm very afraid to breed snakes. You know, I'm very apprehensive. I hear so many horror stories. I see them. I fear them. You know, I fear because I love my animals. You know, and yeah, I'm just so I'm concerned about making that leap. You know, and what if it changes me? What if I'm never the same, Steven? You know?
I mean, it might.
It definitely will. Everything changes us, right? You know, you go through an experience and you come out the other end being a different person.
You might just get your first clutch or litter and be like, I'm going to become a factory farm now.
Yeah.
That might be what happens. You know?
Yeah.
There's no way to know.
I'm going to be one of those monsters that keeps in racks and tubs.
Yeah. God forbid, right?
Yeah. Thousands of snakes, you know? What'd you just do? What did you look at a rack and tub set up next to you?
No, my cage is over here thinking, wow, thank God these aren't racks that I'm right now. God, who would do that?
You know, yeah, but everything's got, you know what I'm really excited about actually is diamond pythons. And I want to get more. I need to get more. I know that Lucas Lee's got eggs. I need to start putting some feelers out, start looking at getting more blood, more diamond blood, because I want to build more outdoor cages and have more diamond pythons.
Yeah, that's not a half bad idea, man.
Maybe 4.6.
Oh, so you want to like get diamonds, like you really want to be doing it to that extent, huh?
I'm thinking about it, man. You know, I'd like to slowly but surely get more diamonds. I love them. They are such cool pythons, really incredible.
They really are, yeah.
I mean, they're just so hardy, you know, and watching them outside is it's absolutely a delight. You know, they're so robust and they're just, you know, it's just incredible seeing them in an outdoor setting. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Brandon's at his house a couple of years ago, and it's
Did you see the new cage he's building?
Definitely not in person, no.
Well, I mean on the internets.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously I didn't think you were like hanging out over there. Although Mutton was there. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. How was Trap Fest? Did you have fun?
Man.
Did you maintain sobriety?
I did, but only on the account of not knowing that my drink of choice was actually there the whole time. You know, doesn't bother me. When I drink, I get tired. So I'm like, what's the point of getting tired at this event where I want to be hanging out and talking to people all night. So
Yeah.
not
That's
bothered.
why. So I know I'm a little bit older than you. So my generation, what we would do, we used to pregame. So we would start drinking before we even went out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And generally you do a 5-hour energy with your pregame, so you do a 5-hour energy, some Crown, maybe some vodka and some Red Bull. And then you're ready to just continue to drink until you feel absolutely horrible and you can't sleep because the room is spinning. But that, that was a millennial thing. It's just what we did, you know? You're not a millennial, right? Are you? No, you can't
I'm
be.
Definitely Gen Z.
You're just a wee baby.
Yeah. I don't know when the cutoff is, but I don't know if I'm even necessarily close to it.
I don't think you are. Yeah.
Uh-uh.
How old are you? I'm 19?
25.
Oh, yeah.
You said that so seriously.
So yesterday, I had my physical yesterday, which I get very apprehensive about, even though logically I can walk myself through it and understand that I have a great doctor. I love my doctor. I do this every single year. There's nothing to worry about. And as soon as my confirmation text came in for my appointment, I got severe anxiety and all of my metrics went to trash. My resting heart rate went up. I lost about 30 to 45 minutes of sleep on average per night. My HRV dropped, right? All the metrics I normally track were out of range.
Okay.
And so I go in there and we do the physical and everything was good. And my son had an earache and the doctor saw him too. And she said, well, that his ear looks totally fine. Maybe just give him some Tylenol. And I go, but what about the autism? And dude, she stared at me like it didn't make any sense to her. It was like, it was so funny. I was like, I'm kidding. And she's like, oh my God. It was like she was watching me like pull my own fingernails off when I said that. It was like the way that she stared at me was just like it was hilarious. And she's a pediatrician too, so it's like
not again.
I do it
today.
Anytime. And I wonder how many people do it unironically, because like when I go to my dentist too, and they say, do you want to do the fluoride rinse? I'm like, what are you trying to control my mind? And like doctors are fun,
That's funny.
What were we talking about? Oh, dude. So that outdoor cage.
Oh, dang. How do we get there?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I derailed us, but either way, I wanted to talk about that more because Brandon's got an incredible cage going up outside with a pass through to an indoor box, which is super cool. He's been putting it up on my Discord and his stories too. I'm sure if you've been paying attention there, but how cool is it that his homies that showed up to help him with construction was Nick Mutton and Tony Doerr. I saw that. I was so jealous watching the construction. I'm like, God, what I wouldn't give to be there assisting in that.
All you needed to do was show up at Trap Fest, man.
I know. I didn't. Yeah, MJ doesn't invite me to such things. He told me I need to stay away.
Damn.
Yeah.
Trap talk only?
Yeah. Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
Well, that's too bad.
No, I'm kidding.
I figured.
I'm sure the invite got lost in the mail or something.
Dog ate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, after seeing that, I was really inspired by his cage. It's taller but more narrow, and I'm like, damn, I could build something like that pretty easily. I'm not saying it's easy to build anything, but I just mean with the space I have, I could definitely pull off some setups like that. And Yeah, maybe have like a couple. I don't know. I also thought about having maybe like even 2.4 would be a great start. You know, keep like 2 trios.
Yeah.
Because like right now I have a trio and I plan on kind of co-having all of them at some point. But yeah, they're just so cool, man. Diamond pythons are awesome. Carpet pythons are awesome in general. I do have one picky eater jungle that only eats birds, and I don't think I'm gonna ever reproduce her, so I might give her away to one of my Patreons or something like that.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
see if anybody's interested. I mean, it's just it's wild how uninterested in rodents she is. You know.
Yeah, I've had some scrubs like that. I only have one right now that'll do that to me. It's a little irritating, but he's one of my adult Tannenbars, and you know he'll never need a big rodent anyway, so it's not the most difficult thing in the entire world. But yeah, anything that's stuck on that's why I'm apprehensive at times about feeding birds. Just I've had them get stuck. Same way I've had some get stuck on mice. It's been a while since I've had any stuck on mice, but like I had a male Highland and female Maruki that for a while, I mean, I would give them sometimes 8 jumbo mice in a feeding.
Wow.
That's how big they were, and that's what they needed.
Wow.
And they wouldn't take a freaking rat.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. Not anymore, so thank God. But
yeah, and with an animal like that, can you try like a rabbit or something? Do you like go through and maybe try for other things that maybe you could do like a baby rabbit or a weaned rabbit or something?
I mean, I don't have a rabbit source, so like,
oh, okay.
I feel like I'm going down the line of harder to source prey.
Sure.
With that, yeah, I don't know. I'm not one to get too creative with feeders. That's why I don't keep anything that is like particularly difficult to get going on anything other than rodents or quail when they're born. I've kind of been down that road before, and I just really strongly dislike it. So, if it doesn't want a mouse, a rat, a soft fur, or a quail, then I don't really want it.
Yeah, I guess, and thinking about it, it's like quail are so readily available now. It's not really that big of a deal to have something that just eats quail. And I mean, I
produce the quail too, so it makes it even easier for me.
Yeah. And they get pretty big, like they get pretty damn sizable.
I mean, a big adult Coturnix quail damn near weighs what a jumbo rat weighs. Like they're, it's like a very big, large rat. Like it's a sizable prey item. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal for sure to have to do quail these days. 10 years ago, it was like Road and Pro and that's it. Now there's other retailers that have quail. I feel like there's more people serving their local market with quail these days here and there. So yeah, definitely. And it's, so much better than doing those, like the day old chicks. A day old chick versus the equivalent size quail. That quail is such a more nutritious feeder, it actually has been eating real food. And because those day old chicks, they've never eaten anything.
Yeah.
They're just a shell with yolk. They're the pinky equivalent of a bird. So, which is much better than the pinky equivalent of a pinky, relatively speaking, but like,
or a pinky, as some would say.
I'm not a big proponent, very diet guy in general. I think the diet of the feeder itself is much more important than varying whatever items you're giving the snakes. But, especially when you get into the rodents, like, I do mice and rats and ASFs. It's like, I don't think you could convince me that's too much different than doing just rats.
I really need to get my hands on some ASFs so that way I could try feeding her one of those. I'd be curious if she would go for that. It's so weird, man. It's like I'll get her to go for quail, and she's so tuned into quail and loves them so much, and that the next feeding I'll give her a mouse, and she'll so enthusiastically eat it because it's almost like she thinks, oh, it's a quail. Like, I'm conditioned to know that when the door opens, my food source comes in and I eat said food source.
Yeah.
So that first mouse she'll take, and then a couple weeks later I'll try a mouse again, and she's like, what is this? How dare you do this to me a second time?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I had a male barnack that was a bird guy when I got him, and super strong feeding response. And what I tried a few times was just opening the tub and like really quickly putting the rat on him, and just like with strike, grab, hold, like whatever. Count to 3, he would just stare right at me like, you think I'm a fucking idiot, don't you?
How dare you?
You motherfucker. You think you're going to get away with this bullshit? But it's interesting that she'll take the mouse after the quail feeding and then
wrap it.
Yeah.
And then nose it and eat it. And then the next time she'll wrap it, nose it, and then eventually be like, "This, I don't recognize this as food," and drop it.
So interesting.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, beats me. I mean, scoffers definitely do work for the picky feeder.
Yeah, I've never had any experience with that. I'd be really interested in trying it.
Yeah. Well, we might be able to make that work. So,
do you know a guy that breeds those, the ASFs?
I do know a guy who breeds ASFs.
Like a good source, though, not like those ones that come from Texas. You know?
No. In that case, no, you're out of luck.
Damn it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in trying those out. By the way, if anybody's watching this, my light is purple. Just to show you that my background does change and I actually own snakes.
No, he actually painted his wall for the buck.
Yeah, so I have a smart light bulb in the corner of my room, for those who don't know. And generally it's green, which kind of matches the vibe of my show.
Thought he had green walls.
Yep. And Mr. Kush here was like, make it purple. And I was like, oh, I'll make it purple. And here we are.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I thought you were referring to the like your lights that were, in front of your setup. Like, should I change the tone? Because it's not my podcast. And I was like, make it purple. And then all of a sudden you make the light in the back purple. I'm like, that's a light? I just thought you had green walls. So.
Yeah. Ironically, I remember we painted my son's bedroom like a lime green before he was born. And it was like the most vibrant green you'd ever seen in your entire life. It was really cool. I think it was. I don't know. They did make us change the color of quite a few rooms when we sold that house. The realtor was like, yeah, this has to go. This has to go. And it's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I feel like creative room colors probably don't market quite so well.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was looking at houses here, there were a few that I liked, but like they had like dark red room or like navy blue, and I'm like,
yeah,
huh? Like that's kind of off-putting.
We had remodeled our bathroom, and it had like a dark brown, like a chocolate tile that we did all up the walls and the showers and everything, which looked nice. And then we did maroon. Terrible idea. Like, it just makes the bathroom feel. I mean, it looked nice. Like the vanity was black with a white top and everything. Like it looked nice, but when we went to sell it, the realtor was like, "You got to make this a light color. Like, you got to make everything light, kind of make the rooms feel bigger."
Yeah, it's funny. There was one house that I looked at out here that the bathroom had like a lot of red in it, and like it was nice, but I'm like, this looks like a little bit of like a crime scene.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it in person, I'm like, it's not quite as bad, but I do feel like I'm in a horror movie right now.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I think even like the bathtub was red.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. It's like,
That's creepy.
you have like plans or something, or just first
Man.
here, what were they using that bathtub for?
Yeah. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, it seems like a very, and it's like the house wasn't like red themed.
Mm. It was
was
just the bathroom.
Bathroom. I'm just like,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah. Yeah, personal choices, you know? Personal choices.
Yeah.
Now everything we do now is just gray. We do like a light gray on everything. It's so much easier.
Just typical
Yep.
new monochromatic shit.
Yeah, that's kind of how everything has gone. Our first house was a lot of pastels and vibrant colors, but yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny. You can still look up our first house on Zillow, and in the bedroom, like where the bed skirt ends, you can see like boxes of ammunition like lining around my entire bed.
No.
I you know, it was like personal belongings could go into storage, but not that. But yeah, it's got to be insane. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, I could not imagine trying to sell a house with all these reptiles in it. Like, what the hell would you do?
I don't think you do. I think you get them out first.
You got to move first.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not imagine that now. Like that's why kind of like where we're at, we're never leaving. You know, it's like this is where we're at for a damn long while. And I mean, we're on a half acre. You know, it's not a bad area. So
good place to be.
Yeah, you know, it's Florida. As long as you don't keep scrub pythons, it's not a bad place to live. You know.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would definitely live in Florida.
Yeah.
That was always my plan from as early as I can remember up until maybe even like 2019. It was no question whether or not I was going to live in Florida.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I have family there too, so like it really made sense. Like one of my cousins and I are like super close. We're like the same age, so like just made sense that I would be there. You know, reptiles, outdoor enclosures, the community down there, everything. The warm weather. No scrub pythons, no me. So
yeah, you can't keep King Horneye here.
I mean, that's the least of my concerns.
It's just so funny that that's listed on the FWC site.
I know, it's insane. It's like, okay, great use of taxpayer dollars. Ban a species that is not here.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. God, I wish we could get some of our freedom back in that regard. You know, like I could see it if it was like, yeah, you know, you go down to Fort Myers and there's scrub pythons everywhere, you know, up in the trees and everything.
Right, and I'm not sure if it ever made it anywhere, but back at one of the Schaumburg expos like 3 years ago, I did a little interview with USARK Florida talking about scrub pythons, and you know, kind of explaining why I thought it was just odd that they would be listed in the first place, considering that there has never been one wild sighting of a scrub python in Florida. Just I mean, it would be like I mean, I don't know, maybe ban fucking I mean, you know, European vipera vipers, because we've never seen one. Like, where's the logic? It's just like this preemptive bullshit with just absolutely zero to back it up, other than similar length of some of these other snakes.
Yeah, it'd be like banning Texas indigos. Like, oh yeah, you can't have Texas indigos in Florida.
I mean, that would make even a little bit more sense because the Easterns are native, so maybe you could venture to the Texans could do the same. Like, I mean,
Oh yeah, they could. Well, I guess yeah. I mean, that's what I'm. I guess that's kind of what I was driving at. Is they could definitely horn in on their niche. You know, their ecological niche.
like scrub pythons, they couldn't even survive in the Everglades. There's a reason why Burmese pythons are the ones that establish. Is that they're not an equatorial python, so they can experience temperature fluctuation and be okay with it. Scrub pythons are quite literally on the equator. So, I mean, one freeze, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Just like that. Not even a chance. Any egg, gone. Not that there'd probably be eggs that time of the year anyway, but like, and the something that I believe they said, some justifications, like they maybe could survive in more urban areas because the cities trap more heat and they stay warmer. It's like, I mean, okay.
That's a great theory, you know, but
is it?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it is a theory, but is it reality? You know, I mean, like, what are we doing? You know, what are we basing these laws
That's
on?
going to be your justification. Then we can extrapolate that to extreme ends. If your criteria are maybe the city might be warm enough. Oh, I did the thumbs up.
Very nice.
I don't even know why it does that. It like makes a thumbs up on the screen. Anyway,
it's not working for me.
Oh God. But like, I don't know, I don't even want to say that there's no science going on, because it's like, there's like negative science going on. It's like, well, but maybe. It's like, oh, like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just like, it's like if you were to like preemptively ban bagels because maybe somebody could choke on a bagel and die one day.
Oh, well, they most certainly do. That's what's funny, is that they most certainly do, but you can't nerf society and make everything illegal that kills everybody. You know, like
and maybe that was even not a good example. It's like, what would be a good example of the logic that they used with their scrub python listing?
It had to have just been a length thing.
You know, 100%. Like that. It's literally just I think it's probably just, okay, kinghorni are huge. They're called amethystine pythons. This species is called amethystina. Well, okay, good enough for us.
Yeah.
It probably is literally just that. That has to be the only justification, because nothing else makes sense. And like, for instance, that Clastolepis is not banned.
Yeah.
Physiologically the same snake.
Yeah. Dude, so much stuff.
I don't want to say it too loud. I don't want them to hear me, but like,
yeah,
you know, just the absolute void of logic. And the thing is, even if scrubs weren't, I'm not sure I'd chance it, because they fucking change shit all the time.
Yeah.
And if I were there, because they didn't grandfather in any of the retakes, any of the berms, any of the rock pythons, we all saw what happened when FWC killed that boa. Like, they were coming in to kill the snakes because they were still there. You know, if I lived in Florida and they said, hey, the entire genus is banned now, I'd leave.
Yeah.
So why, you know, it's like, why even, you know, why put myself in a position to where I have to leave somewhere based on laws?
Yeah. Well, and the scary thing is it can happen anywhere at any time.
No, it can, but Florida has the strongest precedent of just changing shit because they feel like it, or because the real estate lobby wants to develop a new area and they need to find some boogeyman to justify extra action. Yada, yada.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting, right? Like I was having this conversation with a coworker the other day, and he was going on and on and on about fentanyl killing people. And it's a problem, right? Like annually it kills, like, I think close to 50,000 people a year, right?
Something like that.
And it's terrible. It's really terrible. It's very dangerous stuff. But at the same time, alcohol kills 178,000 people annually. But we don't care. It's just like what you're used to.
It's a little different though.
Is it? Death
Yeah.
is death, right? I mean,
Well-
like how much tragedy is brought into people's lives from consumption of alcohol?
Oh no, I'm not going to deny that, but it's not like you can take one sip of some particular alcohol and die in 5 seconds.
Sure.
Then that would be the difference.
Sure. You drink 4 seemingly harmless drinks and then run over a kid on his bike, you know?
No, also bad.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just saying, like, how many people, like everybody that's drank has a story about drunk driving, you know, and it's like, it's insane, right? Like that's so.
the main difference. I'm not sure the fentanyl lobby has a whole lot of power in national and local government yet. So
Yeah.
uh,
To me, it's just crazy, and I'm not like sitting here. I'm not like pro fentanyl. I'm anti alcohol, is what I'm saying.
I'm pro fentanyl, Adam. You're gonna start Fent Pack.
How close are you to the border?
Quite. I see it from my balcony.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have your property checked out. It's it's just interesting, you know. It's there's so many things that I think that we're just. My whole point was that you're acclimated to things, you're used to it. It's just like feral cats, right? Totally innocuous in the public eye.
Yeah.
You know, and even in the reptile community, it's almost like when you bring up feral cats, people are like, "Really, bro? You're gonna bring that up? Like you're not helping anything, you know?" And I get that, but feral cats cause a lot of damage. Are the Burmese pythons causing a lot of damage? Yes, but it's not looked at equally.
Right.
It's not viewed equally in by the public.
Yeah.
You know,
Fun, cuddly, or somehow people interpret it biblical symbol of the devil or whatever.
yeah,
What is happening?
dude, you're out of control.
No, what is happening?
All right. So for those who are listening, Steven keeps using his hands to talk, and he's getting all these a flurry of balloons just floated by, and it was actually pretty incredible because they went behind you as well, and now it won't do it. How come I can't?
Man, those were fun.
That was fun.
Gosh.
But
I miss them.
anyway, you were saying so cute and cuddly. Burmese pythons also
Yeah.
cuddly, very cuddly. They will cuddle you.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, you know, this is not a hot take, but just would people rather blame the little kitties or blame the big scary pythons?
Sure.
So
Yeah. Well, you know, and I get riled up with this every time it comes up. You know, it's they're part of the problem. They're not the problem. You know, we have a lot of problems here in Florida.
Florida has the highest density of invasive species in the entire world, and I don't think there's a close second. Like,
Yeah.
and to think that,
We're number one, baby.
hell yeah, it makes sense too. Where else, you know, nowhere else should have that title than Florida. But like,
Yeah.
the problem existed for multiple decades before it even really thought about doing anything about it. So who's really to blame?
You know what's really wild is like,
To blame.
oh yeah, but you know what's really crazy is like you look at the state of Florida and we've got all these invasive species and everything, and then look at Manhattan. There, you know, like look at New York City. It's completely concrete. There's like
You got Central Park. Central Park's pretty neat.
also man-made. You know, like everything there was positioned. You know, like there's nothing natural about that. You know, it's I don't know. It's just so many double standards. You know, it's
Yeah.
we should just leave the berms alone. We're never gonna get rid of them. You know, we should encourage them.
Yeah. Move them.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm kidding.
Go to you guys realize you could like go that way too, like
Yeah.
a lot more.
Yeah.
So you don't need to just stay down in the Everglades and
No.
areas forever. You can go
Yeah.
anywhere you want.
Acclimate,
And
dude.
they're like, it's cold up there. And it's like, well, but you can survive. Haven't you read the articles?
Yeah. You should be in Virginia by now.
Yeah. It's like, there's a whole big country for you. Manifest destiny, Burmese pythons. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Oh, speaking of Virginia, and I'm wearing the shirt of Dennis McNamara, DJM. Yeah, my heart goes out to him and his wife. You know, his wife is battling cancer right now, and they have a GoFundMe, and
Okay.
I feel absolutely that hits me hard in the heart. You know, so
Yeah. No.
it's always incredible watching the community respond to things like that come up. You know, and
For sure.
I wish I could do more. You know, but it's all you know. I just well wishes to them, and you know, I'm sure that she's gonna get all the strength she needs to overcome that, and they're gonna be stronger after.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers with them for sure. And that is one of the great things about the hobby, you know, as much as there's drama and bullshit, when real life happens, the community rallies. And, you know, especially for someone like Dennis, who has been, you know, in their family, you know, somebody who has been such a positive impact on so many people, you know, both of us included. You know, it's not hard to support somebody like that. You know, it comes pretty naturally. So
Universally loved.
yeah. I mean, I don't think I could find somebody who has a bad thing to say about Dennis. So
If you did, I would not like that person.
question your motives.
He's an absolute sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, I got to spend a good bit of time with him at Tinley back in March, hanging out, and just such a nice guy. Yeah,
He is.
Nothing.
That picture of him holding the baby giraffe. That's such an epic picture.
I know, right? Yeah, for sure. No, it's that's an iconic one.
Yeah. Yeah. So Daytona, you're doing Daytona, right? Like I know you were kind of up in the air about coming to Daytona for a little while, right?
I think what's up in the air is just how long I'm going to go out for. Whether it'll be the full week or just the weekend or whatever, because I did the full week last year and just had the time of my life. It just, you know, I'm going to IHS, which is a couple weeks before that.
Where is that?
That's at the Chiricahua Desert Museum in Rodeo, New Mexico. So it's right on the Arizona-New Mexico border, literally, and then maybe half an hour from the Mexico border north. It's the 50th anniversary of IHS. Wow. And they move it around all the time. They're not always even in the country. So for me, I'm like, man, I'm not sure I'll ever have the opportunity to drive to the event again because I'm that close. I'm about 3 hours away. And there are going to be so many legends of the industry for the 50th anniversary. I mean, the Barkers are going to be there. I'm not sure they've been to a public event since pre-COVID.
Wow.
You know, amongst many, many others. So, yeah, and, you know, I'm going with some friends and actually, you know, friend of yours as well, Mr. Paul Duran and his crew. They're coming out here to El Paso first, going to kind of make our way out west, do some herping, have a good time. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time, but I really want to make the whole Daytona pre-week and weekend work. So it's kind of a matter of figuring out details, but probably got to get on it soon because he'll be here quicker than we expect.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing an Airbnb just because the hotel is so damn expensive. It's like close to $300 a night. Yeah,
no, it's rough. I guess the only upside is just like you don't need to drive anywhere for the entire weekend. And like if you're not right on the ocean, there's like, why else would anybody be in Daytona?
Yeah. You know? Honestly, I kind of, when I went up there, I was like, this is actually like a pretty quiet area.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know, like I could actually, like if I were to move somewhere in Florida further north, I'm like, I wouldn't mind being kind of close to Daytona. It's pretty nice there.
Just don't be in Daytona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my cousins who are in Florida are in Port Orange, which is 15 minutes from the convention center. So
I guess you have a damn good point there, is that if you were to go up there, you would have to, and like get an Airbnb, then you have to pay for parking every damn day.
yeah, that too.
That would suck.
Yeah, having to drive back and forth. I mean, the party rages on into the wee hours of the morning at the hotel.
Not for this guy, man. My bedtime's 9:30.
Oh boy, you might need to extend that a little bit.
Maybe
Stay
9:45.
until 11, but yeah, but I don't even know. I might even stay with my family as well when I'm there. So could I kind of up in the air. But either way, it's a place to be.
Yeah.
Daytona is amazing. I before last year, the previous time I went was 2020, and every year between that and last year, I had planned to go and had found a reason not to. Every single year. And so like last year, for the year itself, my main goal was go to Daytona. Because I'm not one to really get FOMO. The only two things in life that have ever really given me FOMO have been missing Tinley, missing Daytona. And more so missing Daytona. So after going back, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Like I'm not going to miss Daytona for another go around. So
Yeah.
it's
I had FOMO watching the Trap Fest.
oh, I would have too if I wasn't there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like 2 years in a row now that I've had FOMO.
Yeah, you need to go to the next one. I'll bring you as my personal guest.
Do you drive there?
I did not this time. I have in the past when I've when it's been connected with the Pomona Expo. Really just for the fact of having a car to be able to like move back and forth freely to the show, back to San Diego.
Sure.
But with how expensive gas is in California, and especially right now, flying, I had a direct flight, so that was super nice. Both ways. I probably, if I had driven, particularly considering I would have needed to get a rental car, I would have maybe spent 3 times as much on travel driving versus flying.
Wow.
So, yeah, hour and 45-minute flight, 10-hour drive, save money flying. Okay. And because there was no Pomona, we didn't go back and forth to LA. We were just in San Diego the whole time. So
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was, and that was nice too. I mean, the Pomona show was great. I'm definitely going to go. The January show has been something I've been very consistent with going to. It's one of the best shows in the country. I'd go top 3 show in the country is January Pomona.
Wow.
And definitely don't intend on missing that one. So,
dude, it would be dope if I flew to you and then we drove out there together. That would be dope. That would be an adventure right there.
Yeah.
Because I never get to see the West Coast, you know, so being able to drive through it is always just so very different from what I'm used to. Yeah,
especially Southern California. It's such a shame that California is such a nightmare of a state, because it's the best place in the country. Like you can't argue that Southern California is the best place in the entire country, just from like a geographical standpoint. I mean, where else are you going to get ocean, desert, mountain, forest, all in this, the beaches, obviously, all within the same general area, with the best weather and some of the best food, some of the best cities in the country, and just otherwise just the worst in every other way possible. So
hopefully they'll get that sorted out. It's almost like we need like a less polarized political system that can meet more in the middle and keep people's needs in mind.
Have you seen the Facebook account? And I hate that this guy doesn't let have comments on his videos, but it's some guy who's like he compares other things to just complete disasters of California. Like comparing like stuff that China has done since California started the high-speed rail project that never even got off the ground and spent tens of billions of dollars on, or like the homelessness, how much money has been spent on that, and it got worse. And the Palisades burned down and they don't let anybody build their houses back. I want to get this right, but like I think there's some law about selling the land that got burned down. Like if you that's something like California's trying to prevent the landowners that had their houses burned down from selling their property for what the property itself is worth. They want them to sell it for what it was worth when the house was still up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like if with the property in the house, let's say it was worth $6 million, but the house itself or the land itself is worth 1.5. They can't sell it for 1.5. They got to try to sell it for 6 or something like there's something like that. It's like, well, but you're never gonna be able to sell it for that. It's kind of the point.
Wow.
They don't want the land developed, which seems so. I mean, a great example of this, and maybe I knew we were going to probably get into politics at some point in this podcast. Is kind of what we do. But I know you don't really follow sports, but the Chicago Bears, my football team, are moving to Indiana.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
They're moving to Indiana.
I didn't know anybody ever went to Indiana intentionally.
More people should. I mean, you won't find many bigger spokespeople for Indiana than me. So the Bear Stadium is right on the lakefront. I mean, it's gorgeous. The location may be better than any other stadium in the country from like an aesthetic standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super old. It's super small. You can't get in and out of it very easily. There's no parking, super congested traffic. It's like a 45-minute walk to get to like the nearest train station to take public transit from a game. It's just, especially when it's cold, it's just not a fun time. So there was the Arlington Park Race Course was a big horse racing track that ended up shutting down like within the last 10 years. It's in the northern suburbs of Chicago, really nice area. And the Bears franchise bought that property with the intention of building a new stadium there. And because of all of the red tape within the Illinois government, they could just never come to any sort of agreement, because most stadiums have they're either partially publicly funded or they just get major tax deferments.
Mm-hmm.
They can bolster the economy of the area. Just the whole thought process is going to come back in perpetuity once they're able to actually do this, create thousands of jobs, insane amount of tax revenue from the build of the stadium itself. Businesses will pop up around it, bars, restaurants, stores, etc. And they couldn't get the funding. The state of Illinois, and particularly the city of Chicago, is essentially bankrupt. And Indiana, which is a very well-run state, and tons of businesses have moved there particularly since the pandemic, but even before then, they just rolled out the red carpet. They're like, we will give you everything you could ever want and need to build your stadium here. And frankly, the location where it is in Indiana is actually closer to downtown Chicago than where the Illinois stadium was going to be. So it's not even like it's inconvenient from like a transport standpoint. I guess from a public transit standpoint, it's not, but from like highway systems and whatnot, actually very convenient. And that area of Indiana, it's just Illinois. Like it's not anything like when you go further south into Indiana. So though they're all Bears fans, everyone in northern Indiana is stoked. Most of them have moved there from Illinois. Or not most, but a decent amount of them. Everyone there is family back to, like, it's a very fluid area. The fact that one part's Indiana, one part's Illinois really doesn't matter. But one of the founding franchise in NFL football, a staple of Chicago and of Illinois culturally for over a century.
The Bears.
They're leaving because the state of Illinois can't get their shit together, and they're so poorly run. Stuff like that. That's like same shit with California. Like, Chicago's incredible. It's one of the best cities in the entire world. It's a nightmare to live there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm looking at, so apparently Chicago has an incredible pension debt. Their 4 pension funds are severely underfunded, compounded by state level benefit expansions that added another $11 billion to long-term liabilities. So that's kind of interesting. That's wild. And then looking at the Palisades, so I see what you were talking about, where essentially it looks like Newsom put protections in place against predatory buying of property from investors. So he didn't want it seems like a protection to keep people from buying large swaths of land at below market value. So they're requiring that you pay the people that own the property a higher amount to keep it from being, which I kind of get that. And I kind of like that actually, because
bullshit though.
Well, I mean, I can see the logic there. This is all AI overview stuff, by the way.
But like, think about it. If your house burned down, they're not letting you build it again, and you want to leave.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. I'm going to cut my losses. They canceled my insurance. I'm kind of screwed here. They neglected to have the systems in place, the water in reserve to actually deal with this. I want to get out. And now I can't even sell my property.
Yeah, I see. That's the other thing that I see here is the permit hurdles, that they're requiring new homes to adhere to the latest California safety code, strict energy efficiency mandates, which is terrible. I think that they should make it as easy as possible for those people to rebuild.
And what everybody knows who lives in California or knows people in California is like, you can't build anything in California.
Yeah.
To get a building permit, I mean, it's a multi-year process that's super expensive, and it's just not practical by any means. There's a reason why so many businesses have left California. They want to expand, they want to build a new whatever. They just can't.
Yeah.
A state like Texas says, you can do it here.
Yeah.
And you're not even gonna there's not even an income tax. It's like,
yeah, that's a big part of why I don't like my neighborhood, is that they have very strict requirements. Like if getting a snake building, I can't just put it on the property.
Yeah.
There's setbacks and there's rules. Like the building can't stick out farther on the property than my house does. So as far out as my garage sticks out, that's as far forward as the building can be, which is dumb. Like in my opinion, that's dumb.
Yeah.
There should be a setback, absolutely, for utilities to be able to come through and do maintenance and everything.
Sure.
But and then apparently that's going to get more strict, where they're going to require certain wind speeds, I think up to 165 miles per hour, which is good. I think that's good. I think that I don't want somebody's massive galvanized aluminum garage to become a Coke can in my house.
Yeah. Sure.
Just thrown by 170 mile per hour hurricane.
Right.
So I get that, but then they're requiring that, I guess, it matches the texture and color of the primary house. So texture is a problem, right? Like you get a metal building, and now you're required to have stucco on it.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. How am I going to put stucco on a metal building? Color I can see. like color I can see. Like you want it to match, and so like I totally get that. Like fine, I would abide by that. But making it should be texture or color, not texture and color, which and then all the local Facebook groups are all losing their minds, and You know, some of it makes me wonder, like, is it fear mongering? Or is it the people that build the metal buildings? Are they trying to put pressure that, oh, come 2027, you're not going to be able to do this anymore? So they're creating a scarcity market. They're making it so people are kind of panicking and building their buildings right now before the new legislation. You know, and at the end, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Are you politically involved? Are you voting? Are you running for some low-level political position where you could actually have a say in these things? You know, and at the end of the day, I hold myself responsible for some of that stuff because it's like, did I pay enough attention? Could I get involved? Could I sit on a board?
Yeah.
You know, like maybe I should do that. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though. You know what?
You know, there's only so much power that any individual can really have, but yeah.
Yeah. I want emus too, and they won't let me have an emu.
Damn.
Yeah.
You do need to move.
I know. So do emus.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. No CB70s for them.
I mean, to a certain point, you can quarantine them in a CB70 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure an emu egg could fit in a CB70.
I know, right? Kara Norris has a pair of them. She's got two beautiful emus.
Nice.
They're so silly, dude. They're like Muppets. Like dinosaur Muppets.
Yeah. No, they're really cool birds.
I see that and I'm like, damn, I really want one. Like, I want to fence in my entire property and just have an emu. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. They're pretty freaking cool.
I'm not allowed. No hooved animals, no fowl. You're allowed to have chickens, but I think it's like 6 hens and no roosters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah, man. It's kind of dumb. You know, sometimes I wish I lived in an area with more freedom, but it is what it is. At least they don't have any rules on keeping snakes outside.
That's good. Which
yet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a reality.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I try to be a good steward in this regard. You know, try to, that way if anybody does see anything, they have nothing to say because everything is secure and,
yeah,
you know. But it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is.
I mean, you're in Texas, dude. You could probably do whatever you want.
To an extent. I'm not sure like a lion in my backyard would go over so well with the neighborhood, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm in a residential area, so like I feel like there's just naturally some barriers that you know, get put up at that point, but yeah, everyone here is pretty chill, which is really
Are
nice.
you in an HOA or just like a regular neighborhood?
Yeah, no HOA. That was one of the requirements. House hunting.
Yeah,
no HOA. I'm not sure if I could ever deal with that.
It sucks. I had to deal with that. I remember they came through in our previous neighborhood and they were like, "Oh, you gotta pressure wash the sidewalk in front of your house." And I'm like, "It's not my property. Like, it's not, I don't own that sidewalk. That belongs to the city." And they're like, "Well, you have to pressure wash it or we're going to fine you X amount every day, or have a contractor come in and then put a lien on your property for the amount." You know, and it's like stuff like that just makes your blood boil. I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could ever live in an HOA neighborhood.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to avoid that forever.
And then this veteran ended up shooting his neighbor across the street with an AR-15 for playing music and working on his car too early. It was either too early or too late. And when that happened, we were like, we're moving. You know? And it was like a cul-de-sac that we would like drive down because there was usually nice Christmas lights down it. And yeah, shot up the entire front of the house, killed the kid. And yeah, the dude, yeah, like shot and killed. And I I just remember seeing like all the PD lined up down the road and being like, what is going on? I mean, this is literally, I could have thrown a rock, you know? And yeah, it was crazy. I remember going by it and all the stucco was blasted off from the AR-15.
Oh, nice.
But my sidewalk looked good.
Yeah. You gotta control what you can control, man. Life will happen, but you just gotta control what's in your control.
So, dude, what about herping, man? Do you plan on doing any herping travels? You plan on getting out there? You plan on doing Australia ever?
Yeah, big questions. I mean, for sure, as far as this year goes, definitely the whole IHS trip will come along with some herping. No question about it. Other than that, and definitely, I don't have any specific herping trips lined up. As far as international goes, though, I mean, yeah, whenever I can make it work. My dilemma is, do I do an Australia trip as kind of like a get my feet wet thing before I dive into Indonesia, or just say fuck it, let's just go right for what I actually want to do. Because especially when it comes to thinking about trips from a herping standpoint, nothing else matters to me than going to find scrubs in the wild. So, and like, yeah, of course I could go to Australia to find scrubs, but like not the ones I keep. So, which you could then also make the justification of like, all right, well, you can't keep them, then go find them in the wild.
Sure.
But I don't like them as much as the ones that I keep. So, seeing a Barnack or a Moluccan, like what Ryan and Nick were able to accomplish, to me, I'd much rather find almost every, Indonesian Papuan scrub species or locality than kinghorn eye. Not that I wouldn't also want to see kinghorn eye, but that would probably be last on my list.
Yeah. I want to go to the Gran Chaco region. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see Argentine boas in the wild.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sketchy place, though. Paraguay, Bolivia.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah. So definitely want to go a lot of places for like actual vacation. And if there's herping to be done, cool. But, there's only so much time.
Yeah.
There's only so much time to actually be able to, especially with like traveling for shows on a, I don't want to say regular basis, but like the handful of times a year that I do, can only really leave for so much time.
You have so many animals, like, so you need a helper to be there with the snakes, right?
Yeah. I mean, and less for care and more just monitoring. I mean, there's obviously care too. Like usually my dad's the one, he'll come out for a little while, hang out, help, watch stuff while I'm gone. And if it wasn't for that, like I wouldn't ever travel at all. Yeah. So yeah, I'm super fortunate that he does that. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm comfortable leaving for like a week, but anything over that really kind of starts to make me a little nervous. And especially when you're talking international, I feel like 2 weeks is like minimum for an international trip. With how, especially to go to like Indonesia or Australia, where you pretty much have a full day plus travel in either direction. So yeah.
Just for me to get to Washington State is a full day of travel.
Yeah, but I mean like a full 24-hour plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, what for you to Washington, that's got to be like almost like a 7-hour flight, right? I mean, if it was direct, which probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a couple 3-hour or 4-hour flights, I think.
Yeah,
it's like a whole damn day thing. The good thing is when you're going there, you're going back in time.
Right. Yeah.
So you kind of get there at a reasonable time, but getting home is a nightmare.
Coming back, you lose the whole day. Yeah.
Costa Rica seems really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That like I'd really like to go to Costa Rica. I mean, you've got Cribos there, right?
Believe so, yeah.
I think so, right? You've got like over 20 species of venomous snake.
Yeah.
They're probably mostly vipers, right? Pit vipers.
Yeah. Pit vipers and some like coral snakes and
Yeah.
rattlesnakes.
That's incredible. That would be an incredible spot to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiger rats are in Costa Rica as well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, Costa Rica is one of the classic herping destinations for obvious reasons. It's pretty badass.
Dude, it's wild that rattlesnakes can store sperm for 7 years.
Oh, dude, I have a rattlesnake story to tell you.
Tell me.
Oh my gosh. This happened last night.
Oh my God. This is breaking news. This is like I thought this was like an old tried and true story. I'm excited.
Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, I have never experienced anything quite like this. So I'm gonna take a quick drink before I get in my
All right, yeah. Lubricate your throat. Boy, that sounded terrible. Why did I say that?
Oh, I tried playing along for a second. You said lubricate your throat.
I'm like, pause.
There you go. Getting with the Gen Z lingo. Well, speaking of lubricated throats,
Yes.
it actually does kind of go hand in hand with my story. So,
Hands and throats, baby.
we're not even on the third hour yet. This is getting out of hand. So yesterday morning, I go into my venomous room and I noticed that I have a female that had passed. I kind of saw it coming. She hadn't been right for a minute. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to, come back later. And
How old was she?
She was probably 10 plus years old, multiple time proven breeder. These Montane rattlesnakes, they're sensitive. This just seems to happen every year where I end up losing like an animal after brumation for whatever reason. So the, male in the enclosure with her, he seems just fine. I'm like, well, all right, so I'll come back later, take care of the situation. So I come back in the room later at night. She was like right in the front of the enclosure, and I didn't she looked like she had passed. I'm like, that's, to me, very much looked like it. And the lights are off, and I, take my phone flashlight and I look at the cage. I'm like, where the hell is she? She wasn't right at the front. I'm like, is the snake not actually dead? So like I take my hook in there, and this male is a very aggressive snake. So I'm like being cautious to like stay back from him, especially it's dark.
I think you mean defensive.
No.
They're not aggressive.
Not
Steven.
him.
They're animals.
He is a dick.
Okay.
He's been charged with attempted murder is what I'll say. Yeah. I think it's the only snake I have or venomous I have that has bitten somebody. Not me, thank God, but he has bitten somebody.
Wow.
So, person lived, thank God. But I don't know if I would have taken a murderer snake, but attempted murder was the charge that he was convicted with. So I'm starting to take the hook. I start poking around, and I don't see this fucking snake. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And the male has been in the back corner just kind of chilling, and he's a lot bigger than the female.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, maybe she's alive and sitting under him. And I take the hook, and he's like acting more lethargic than normally does. I'm like, okay, I mean, they're diurnal. I pick him up, giant fucking lumpy ass body. I'm like, he ate her.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Do they do that?
I guess.
That's so insane. Holy shit, man.
So the female died, and some point during the day, he went over and was just like,
Might as well.
might as well.
How long were they cohabbed?
at least a year.
Jeez. That's so wild that he waited for her to die.
Well, they're not cannibalistic. I mean, they're communal.
Yeah.
I don't think it would happen if she hadn't died.
That's so crazy.
I have double-digit pairs in that room together that are permanently cohabbed. And like the worst thing that'll ever happen is like during feeding, they'll get overzealous and one will bite the other. And, they'll be a little swollen for a bit or have a little scar that goes away on the next shed. But they're like, they're a communal species. When the mom has babies, the dad will defend them. Like they're
so cool.
That's why I like keeping them together, because the social dynamics of these snakes is just so fascinating, and they're so like unique in the snake world and how their social dynamics work. Fucking ate him.
Wow.
He ate the female. She passed away, and then he ate her. If anybody's listening and has heard of something similar, hit me up. I'm curious, because the last snake I have that I would have expected any sort of cannibalism from would have been a rattlesnake.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I does that count as cannibalism? Yes, it does.
Yeah,
right?
I think it definitely has to count as cannibalism.
But it's not actually like he didn't like kill her.
Kill her and eat her, no. But he just took advantage of the opportunity.
That's so crazy, dude.
And I mean, that's not the first time that I've had one animal in an enclosure that didn't make it and the other animal was still in there and did just fine. Never in a million years would I have seen this coming.
Wow.
And I'm there like, I guess cool.
Yeah.
I'm just really hoping he doesn't put it back up.
Yeah, or she had something.
Well, if she had it, he had it.
Yeah,
Same
that's
water
true.
bowl, same enclosure for over a year.
A year, yeah.
One bites a rodent, the other one eats that, because they strike and release for the most part.
Yeah.
No, so like with me, when I cohab them, I'm like, they're one snake at this point.
Sure.
If one of them has something, they both got it now.
The whole venomous thing is really interesting, and it's something I often forget that you keep them, but you have a huge venomous collection.
It's a lot smaller than it was. I've been whittling it down. Like I have like something like 40 or so venomous right now, where like I had over 100 when I first moved here.
Wow.
And I'm continuing to reduce the numbers on them.
Do you have any copper? Or do you have any copperheads?
No.
They're like my favorite snake.
Point. They're beautiful. Yeah, I had a pair of Trans-Pecos copperheads for a little bit, but I ended up moving them.
They're pretty chill too, right?
Not these. They really weren't that. They were actually a little bit more. Part of why I got rid of them, they were just like a little bit more squirrely than the rattlesnakes were. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's all of them. Maybe it was just those, but
yeah, I'd be curious, because I know the one I interacted with in Georgia was so laid back. He just wanted to get away. He was like, "Dude, I'm just trying to get across this trail."
It was a wild one.
Yes, yeah.
So,
do you ever free handle your venomous?
What do you think?
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the episode. It was great to have Adam on the show once again. Motherfucker. Unbelievable.
I'm kidding.
I thought we were friends.
We aren't. Come back, Steven.
Compassion with what you said that you're like, oh no. Oh fuck. Oh yeah. No.
Well, I've and I would never divulge who, but I have heard, from people that do have they will free handle on occasion with certain animals, but it's never public.
Yeah.
You know, so and so obviously if you did do that, you wouldn't talk about it here. But I take you as a very safe, cautious individual.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how I take you as a person. You know, and I don't necessarily frown on free handling. I think that it's your choice.
Public domain.
Yes. Right. Yeah, I do with that. Right. But I
have friends who free handle in private, and I don't care. I mean, I hope they don't die, but like, I acknowledge that that's like their decision. Just for me, I'm like, I have 150 or so snakes that aren't venomous.
Yeah.
I'll handle those.
Yeah.
And frankly, with what I keep, honestly, at this point, I think my Mangshans and maybe one of my blacktail rattlesnakes would be the only ones that I could actually free handle if I wanted to.
Yeah.
All of the little rattlesnakes would bite me in a fucking heartbeat. they're like just not good handling snakes. They're just good looking at snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little venomous. I mean, people do it all the time, but like, there's a reason why a king cobra is the like classic free handling snake.
Yeah.
Because you can have both hands on the king cobra and its head is still 6 feet that way.
Can it just swing around though and nab the shit out of you anyway? You know?
Yes.
I mean, when I see that stuff, I'm like, that is just bananas.
Yes. You know.
Then I see somebody like with like a baby blue Insularis or something on their finger. And I'm like, I mean, how much damage could that really do? A little babe.
You could take the finger.
Oof. I like my fingers, man.
But, I mean, but like, there's a real life scenario where somehow, you know, you have an anaphylactic reaction to that little baby Insularis, you die.
True. Yeah.
It can happen. That's the thing when you talk about toxicity of venomous snakes. It's so subjective.
Mm-hmm.
It's really so subjective from person to person.
It's like bees. It's the same thing.
Right. Yeah. It's. I mean, literally, those are just venomous insects. So.
Literally.
I mean, there's obviously snake like a king cobra is more potent than a rock rattlesnake, but that doesn't, you know, you can compare the two, but a rock rattlesnake biting you versus a rock rattlesnake biting me, we could have an entirely different reaction to that same venom.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I would just flex really hard and all the venom would come out. My body would purge it. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
No, 100%. The reason why the expert and the idiot podcast, huh? I wonder why they call it that.
Asshole.
I mean, you're the one who named it that.
Damn it. Yeah, you got me again.
I had to get you back. Yeah, I don't know. Just, and I think anybody who, you know, listens to my podcast, you might have been able to pick up on a trend here. Like I keep venomous. I've been in the venomous world for directly for over 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had, and you know, I guess you can consider Patrick a venomous guy as well, even though he's not like does everything. But literally only two guests who work with venomous on my show. It's Patrick and then my friend Kyle Vargas. And I have, that's where the list like start. I mean, Craig Trumbauer as well. He used to have a big venomous collection, but we were mostly talking Pituophis, like venomous guys.
Yeah.
Kyle's a venomous guy. He does venomous through and through. I mean, he's a handful of non-venomous reptiles, period. So I really only had one true venomous guy on my show, and it probably will stay that way.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of people who work with venomous in a very admirable way. But I wouldn't necessarily always call them venomous guys. A lot of them are zoological professionals or scientists or whatever. Like, you know, Dennis, for instance, does a lot with venomous at the zoo.
Yeah.
But amongst many other things. So I'm not drawn to the community. A lot of very nice people who are involved in keeping, and I've dealt with a lot of people who have bought animals from me that have been great. But the community as a whole is just not one that I'm a huge fan of. So
why? Is it toxic?
Just the people who are doing it at the highest level don't really talk about it.
Sure.
The people who you want to admire, you don't even know about. And a lot of the people who are most forward facing in the venomous world are some of the most kind of bottom of the barrel people within our industry as a whole.
Mm.
And many of those people are quite revered in the community. So I just don't really feel drawn to it.
How the heck are king cobras not cobras?
I mean, I'm no geneticist. I couldn't tell you. I mean, they're very different than the other cobras. I can tell you that much. But yeah, why the genus difference? I mean, I really don't know. There's got to be a good explanation for it, but I couldn't tell you.
King cobras are so cool, man. I wish I could have one.
They are. I think you could make a strong argument that they're the coolest reptile.
Probably, yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just so iconic, and they're just so badass.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go king cobra, or you'd have to go one of the crocodilians, as far as like objectively just the most badass reptile on the planet.
Komodo dragon, though, dog?
Fuck
really?
No. Doesn't hold a candle to a crocodilian or to a king cobra. Absolutely not. Big water monitor. I love Komodo dragons. They're not even as cool as croc monitors, if we're being honest.
Wow. Yeah, but they kill people. Like, straight up.
Yeah, okay. Is that your benchmark for cool?
I mean, I guess not, but they are. I mean, just the strength and the power they have.
They're amazing, and like, don't get me wrong. I would love to have a Komodo dragon. Some of my most fond reptile memories have been the times I've been able to interact with Komodo dragons. But I think they don't really. You can't compare them to almost any of the crocodilians, and then king cobras. Like, I mean, a gharial or an African slender-snouted crocodile or an Orinoco crocodile, a black caiman.
Oh, see, I don't find those appealing at all. Those slender snouted.
Okay, for real this time. God.
But black caiman are dope. Dude, honestly, American alligator, if I could own an American alligator, I'd be the happiest man in the world.
Mm.
And I believe I really need to follow up on this. I think my accountant does, one of his clients owns an alligator farm.
Yeah, there's some, I'm not sure if they've closed this loophole, but there is some loophole in Florida about being an alligator farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like you can
definitely not in my neighborhood.
Well, yes. But yeah, there's like, you can like log your own hours to be able to get the class 1 or whatever crocodilians by being an alligator farm.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if you want to do any of the larger crocodile, anything that's not, alligator, dwarf caiman, spectacle caiman, I think you can do your own hours as an alligator farm in Florida.
Yeah. Do you have your own anti-venom?
No.
You don't have any?
Mm-mm. You can't as a private individual.
Is that a Texas thing?
It's a U.S. thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you could buy your own and keep it.
You need USDA permits.
No kidding.
Yeah. No, venomous keepers don't keep their own antivenom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
There are some like where I worked back in Illinois at the Wildlife Discovery Center, they stored their own, but they were also a public facility. I do not believe the USDA likes giving these licenses to private individuals. They want to give them to institutions.
Okay. Interesting. I'm seeing here, so AI overview, bro. It says you can legally purchase and stock anti-venom in the United States. Oh, wait. But who can buy it depends entirely on the type of snake. FDA-approved anti-venoms for pit vipers, rattlesnakes, water moccasins are classified as prescription medications in most states. You do not need a special permit to buy them, but you need a valid... But you do need a valid licensed veterinarian or physician to write a prescription for it. That's wild, dude.
And that is for CroFab, which is available at any hospital in any part of the country that is around wild snakes.
Okay.
So
that's just essentially for native species.
Exotic anti-venom. It's also very difficult to source, and I believe a lot of the manufacturers won't just sell it to a private individual.
Sure.
A lot of them are in like Thailand and other places like that, Australia.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What's your protocol if you got bit?
Yeah, I mean, protocol is just maintain as much of a state of calm as I possibly could, which I'm not sure if I'd be able to. And it really would depend on what bit me. I know where the hospitals are. I know where I know people who've been treated at said hospitals. So, luckily I'm in a part of the country that deals with snake bites. So, like for instance, go to a hospital in Chicago or in New York. It's like in this, in the city, or like if you were out in upstate New York, they're probably familiar with like timber rattlesnake bites and stuff like that. But
yeah,
anywhere that's not familiar with bites is a little bit of a different story. But with all the hiking culture out here, rattlesnake bites, they happen. You got to be ready if you're at the hospital. But like I said, it really would depend on what got me. I think there's plenty of snakes that I have that I would genuinely try to just ride out.
Which ones?
Probably all the rattlesnakes except for the blacktails. Yeah.
So define ride out, like you don't even go to the hospital?
Right, yeah.
You just flex really hard and get it to come out, and that's it?
You lay on your couch or lay in bed and have somebody kind of monitoring you and just do your best. Because
you're going to lose tissue though, right? It's going to be necrotic.
Not necessarily. Like that's where like you kind of keep an eye on it. Like if something starts to go south, take yourself in. But I know plenty of people who've been bit, and you wouldn't really know by looking at them. And this probably isn't necessarily the most like media trained answer possible, but it's frankly the very practical answer that a lot of venomous keepers will go with. It's part of why I like having some of these low bite risk, less toxic species, why I don't have a lapids. We're not dealing with much neurotoxic venom where it's going to attack your immune system right away, where it's going to be much more localized, much more pain based rather than shutting down your respiratory system, shutting down your heart, etc.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, the main protocol is don't get bit.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that would be
part of why I'm cutting back too. It's like at a certain point, the venomous isn't my main thing. It will never be my main thing. And why expose myself to extended, more risk than is necessary for something that's not if scrub pythons were venomous, for instance, like, okay, I'm fully aware of what I'm getting myself into. And I would never stop working with them because they were, for that reason. But when you enter the enclosure of a venomous reptile, it's just a natural risk that you're signing up for in that moment. So why not balance that, minimize it? I put myself, I mean, there are animals that I haven't removed from their enclosures in 2 years in my collection. I just don't, it's not something that I do. I work around them.
How do you scoop the poop? You got like a really long scooper?
Hemostats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever read or listen to Brian Fry's book?
I listened to, he had a podcast on the Herp Nation network back in the day. I listened to all of those episodes, but I haven't read his book.
His book is fantastic. I think it's called The Venom Doc.
Yeah.
And the stories are wild, absolutely wild. That he has.
I remember him telling the story about one of the times he intentionally took a Death Adder bite. And and describing it as like the most intense psychological kind of like psychedelic trip imaginable.
Yeah.
It's a painless experience, but it's just pure neurotoxin.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah, and bleeding. I know one of them, he was bleeding from his eyes, and every orifice, I should say, had blood coming out of it, which is just horrendous, Yeah,
and it's stuff like that, you think about it and you're like, is that really worthwhile? Like, I knew that I was never going to be able to go my whole life not doing venomous. I'd always been fascinated by them. Definitely glad I chose the lane that I did within venomous. I'm not necessarily getting rid of my venomous, but like greatly reducing is probably more the accurate way to put it.
Yeah.
Really, ultimately, probably just down to like my favorite rattlesnakes, and leave it just at that.
Yeah.
So.
It's wild, man. Seeing, I haven't seen any Steve Irwin stuff in quite a while, and my kids found something and put it on the other day, and he's just like, free handling a venomous snake, both hands on it, just like, oh, this could kill me right now, and you're watching it and you're like, how come I don't remember it this way when I was a kid? Like I don't remember thinking like that's so incredibly dangerous,
Probably just because you see him as the professional, and the fact that they aired the episode means that he didn't die. So
yeah. He was a wild man
to an extraordinary degree.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Definitely not a role model in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
But as far as a pure entertainer,
that's what's so crazy.
And an ambassador for animals goes, there's never going to be anybody.
Yeah. That's what's so wild.
Yeah.
To me, is like,
no.
He was
he's just pure charisma in human form. Like, I mean, he was doing like ESPN commercials and stuff like that. Like, he was one of the most famous people in the entire world. This crazy Aussie crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that'll ever happen again.
No.
I mean, there's never going to be anybody who can reach that kind of like cachet in like the real mainstream. Like, he was like a real like A-list type celebrity. It'll never happen again. I mean, I don't think so. Just perfect storm. And especially with the format of TV at the time, with social media now, like there's people that have huge influence and like big audiences, but it's just so watered down. It's like, when there were so many fewer options, and that was one of the fewer options, and like there were other, animal personalities on TV, but like in kind of a more, scientific-y kind of documentary style, Mark O'Shea kind of thing, which is nothing wrong with that, but that's not going to grab the casual viewer's attention like a Steve Irwin will.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, there's people out there, influencers, right? Famous people, but they're doing it and maybe not all the time, but a lot of them are doing it for the fame, whereas he was doing it for the animals, like a true conservationist.
Yeah.
Like loved animals and wanted them to be alive and well out in nature, you know. And like there's those clips from those interviews where he had his sort of persona turned off,
Mhm.
you know, and he was just like super serious, and you could just see, you could hear in his voice how much he loves the animals.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, the answer to the, like, you know, who could kind of be like that again, it's the answer is just kids. Like that's who can do it, and who will inevitably do it. But yeah, no, that was my thing when I was tiny little baby, sitting in front of the TV watching Steve Irwin, and then dressing up as Steve Irwin and pretending I'm Steve Irwin. So,
dude, I had Steve Irwin action figures.
I don't know if I had that, but I had the like 3-foot rubber alligators.
Yeah.
And my dad and I would like tie him up on one side of the house and like move him to the other side of the house or the apartment. That was apparently, I have vague memories of that, but apparently that was a big thing.
That's funny.
Tape him up and move him to the other pond.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's a good memory to have.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. No, it was nothing like it, man. And what's crazy is like he's still so influential, you know, over 2 decades after his passing. Like,
yeah,
that says a lot. That says more than anything, I think.
He's one of those ones that every time I think about him, I get sad still.
Yeah.
You know, it's still because he was so influential in my childhood. I just remember being like, it must have been from like 7 to 10 years old, just watching that show as often as I could on Animal Planet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like my kids don't even understand that, right? Because they're born into a world of streaming, and you know, for me it was like Saturday morning being able to watch Steve Irwin. You know, it's just weird seeing it now and being like, oh my God, that's such an incredibly dangerous animal, and he's free handling it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. He did some absolutely nutty things that nobody should ever do under any circumstance. So, and a lot of it was just fully unnecessary outside of the context of filming a TV show as well. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, the impact is just unparalleled, no doubt about it.
And I think he said, it was funny, I think he said something like, what did he say when I walked by and my kids were watching it and he's holding this, I can't remember what he was even holding. But he said something like, I'd rather interact with this snake than, you know, rather than most people, you know? And I was like, God, isn't that the truth? You know, I take a snake over a person any day.
Yeah. Cause they're not going to lie to you about their intentions. They're just going to fucking do it.
Yeah. That actually inspired me to make my latest reel where it was like, you know, I said like snakes are cooler than most people because of that clip, you know, where it's like, God, I there's many a time I'd rather be in the company of a snake than a person.
Yeah, there's a lot of validity to that statement. Definitely. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Do you have any snakes that you really get the vibe that they're thinking and just more there than others? Like there's more cognition, more awareness.
Yes.
What is that, man?
They're called scrub pythons.
Well, okay.
Yeah. You know, it's a good question. I think the tiger rat snakes for me are very similar. You know, I think a lot of it comes down to snakes that are more visually oriented, where it's a consciousness state that we are much more familiar with as humans, where I think it's a lot of times the anthropomorphism that happens with reptiles comes from just our conscious experience not lining up with theirs. of an animal that lives much more based on the senses of of smell and of heat detection, which is obviously something that we don't have whatsoever, aside from like ouch hot, but
Yeah.
thermal heat pits. So when it comes to animals that are more visually oriented, I think we associate more intelligence with them. I mean, everyone said king cobras are the most intelligent snake, and they probably are, but they're like birds. The king cobras are more like birds than they are like most snakes. And, birds are reptiles at the end of the day. There's a lot of similarities. I think the more bird-like a reptile gets, kind of the more intelligent it seems to be. And maybe it is. I've obviously never studied reptile intelligence, but I think when we see an animal visually processing its environment, visually processing what we are, and especially when they're confident in that interaction, that it leads to just an understanding within us of like, I think I know what's going on with that snake. I think I know what it's thinking, or I can put myself there because that's kind of how I process the world. As opposed to, a ball python, a blood python, like, snakes that are much less about the visual stimulus of the world. More nocturnal species, like anything that's more diurnal, I feel like is going to be a little bit more relatable. But yeah, I think when you can see the snakes not being afraid of you, that's a cool moment.
Yeah.
When there's some sort of mutual understanding, I'm the kind of person who thinks that there's snakes that genuinely enjoy interaction in the sense of like they're deriving some sort of, hey, I got another thumbs up on the screen. They're deriving some sort of actual positivity from it, because to me, like, I think it's hard to interpret it any other way when you have a snake, you're holding it, you're interacting with it, it's moving in a way that's like peak relaxation, slow, relaxed tongue flicks. The eyes aren't darting around. It'll just stop for a little while. Like, what could you look at in that situation and be like, oh, that snake is actually stressed out, and this is why. And almost like this animal seems like more chill than it was when I was going into the enclosure. And obviously that's going to be like a stress event, little, snake cortisol spike, whatever. But, they get out, start cruising around. I think for me, it'd be hard for somebody to argue against my interpretation of that event.
Yeah.
It could be wrong. I'm totally open to that. But I see that as like as a positive for that snake. Like that the animal is acting in a way that is just, if there was a stressful stimulus around, the snake just couldn't act like that because it's not in its best interest in a situation where it's vulnerable to be this chill. And if it is in fact acting that way, then what could possibly be the negative there?
Well, so like those are really standout animals, the ones that aren't. It's almost like they have a natural inclination to not be stressed out by you or your interaction. And so those ones, like, I have, what do I have? 2.2 Argentines. Yeah. And they are like, Nagini is just like very different. She's just very, my big female, she's just very, very confident and curious. Like, as soon as I open the door, she's making a beeline for that door. Like, oh, I'm coming out now, and the other ones, my older male is much more fearful and sort of snappy. And, I have to be very patient with him. He eventually calms down, but it takes time, and like one of my blood pythons too, almost comes right towards me, just wants to come right out of the tub, has almost bird-like head movements where you can see it looking around, inquisitively flicking its tongue, like just very curious, very engaging.
Yeah.
And it's animals that are, it's almost like they came out of the egg like that, you know, like they're just built differently, you know, and probably from an evolutionary standpoint, they're probably the least likely to survive out in nature, you know?
Could definitely argue that. Yeah, I had a scrub. Unfortunately, he passed. It was, to this day, from like a personality standpoint, probably my favorite reptile I've ever had. He's a wild caught. He was incredible. I would take him out of the enclosure, just bare hand going, and he would just slowly make his way onto the top of my head.
Wow.
Just what he did, like every time if I let him. And yeah, he was just the coolest snake ever. And he sired my first clutch. Every single baby from that clutch is just a puppy dog. 11 for 11. They were all just the chillest snakes in the world. I'm a firm believer now that that type of demeanor is definitely a genetic thing as well. With the scrub pythons, it is completely proven to be the case where, you know, one parent that has a good attitude, most of the babies are pretty good. Both, 100%. Neither, uphill battle with some of them. Or just a little bit more agitated. Whether or not they're actually, you know, trying to bite you or whatever, you can just tell that there's a little bit more hesitation going on there. So yeah, I think that I think it's definitely something that can be selected for. In I guess, you know, whether it's in all species or not, I couldn't tell you, but at least from what I've seen with the scrub pythons, it's like 100% thing that can be selected for.
Oh, a question I had for you about the whole venomous thing. Riding it out, right? Is that, are there, like, how, it makes me wonder, like, how often are dry bites a thing in captivity? And is that kind of what you're waiting to see? Like, did I actually get envenomated? Or
so I've never been envenomated, so I don't have firsthand experience. I think, yeah, you know, more than, I would say more bites from venomous snakes than not. I mean, obviously if it's in a feeding context, probably less so, but like you're probably gonna get more dry bites than you're not, generally speaking. They're not dumb animals. But from what I understand, when you get envenomated, you know right away. There's no mistaking. Was that a dry bite? Was it not? From people who I know who've been bitten, they're like, "Oh yeah, you knew." The riding out is more just like, honestly, trying to avoid the hospital bill.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
You got to have those benefits, bro.
Talk about the state of healthcare in the U.S. But yeah, I think that's really the biggest thing. It's like if I can avoid that big ass hospital bill, I'm gonna do it.
That's so crazy, dude. My wife works for a hospital, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So
you know, we got them good bennies.
Hell yeah.
You got to find yourself a nurse.
Oh man. So, but yeah, and you know, talking about the type of stuff, I'm like, man, I never want to experience that shit. Like,
yeah,
as something that I want to avoid at every turn. So I've had a couple of close calls where I'm just like, ooh, is this worth it?
Tell me.
Well, okay, the one that I will tell, because I know my parents listen to this, but I had just gotten done cleaning. This was back in Indiana, like cleaning all the venomous, and you know, as I went through, I just would kind of continuously like wipe tools down with Clorox wipes, you know, just to keep them sanitary. And at the end, there's still a little bit of the Clorox wipe still a little bit wet. And I'm like, all right, I'll just wipe these down one more time. And I wipe and I feel a prick in my finger. I'm like, what? And I look and there's a fang.
In the Clorox wipe?
Well,
or on the
it
tongs?
was on the tongs.
At some point. Wow.
And also it's like, okay, what did that belong to? And immediately I'm just like, kind of start going into a bit of a panic. This was like days before. It may have been the day or 2 days before I was going to leave on like a Christmas vacation, see like family that I hadn't seen in like 5 years. And I'm like, no, not now. Also, like, holy shit. So I kind of started freaking out. I called my friend Kyle, and he's like, this is crazy. Like, you know, just had this has never happened to me. And I had a friend last week who called me who got a shed fang in an enclosure spot cleaning, and it did in fact envenomate him.
Wow.
It nothing happened. I was like, my body was like trying to like make me feel like something was going on.
Sure.
And one thing that helped me out big time was this one pinprick from the fang closed up really fast, and I forgot which finger it was. So it was hard to hyperfixate because I forgot where it in my like my mind going nuts. I forgot where it actually happened, and there was no hole after a certain amount of time. So I'm like, well, and that's where he was like, if it got you, you would have known instantly. You would have felt the heat of the venom. Like there would have been a physical stimulus to, you know, inform you that you had been bitten. Yeah, kind of the rest of the day, I was just like a little bit in and out of like my body trying to like get all woozy on me and shit. And I'm like, whew, that was a bad one. So,
Wow.
yeah, from there on out, always very careful about those tongs, about touching really anything. And that was part of my justification for using the tongs too. Even if the snake was in the enclosures, like you're going to grab a pile of shit, they shed fangs in their fecal matter all the time. So,
like it breaks off in their prey and then they ingest it and it just moves through. Wow.
Like it does with pythons and, you know,
Sure.
with any snake. So that was one that was a little scary, but you know, no, didn't get envenomated by the tooth. But yeah, I had a rattlesnake tooth sticking out of my finger. Just like, oh, I wonder what that was from.
Man,
so that one was scary, but all good.
Give me another story.
It's much quicker. It happened long enough ago, but I had some baby palm vipers that I was feeding, and I kind of had them in like a little tub with like the lattice shit that they use to perch on. Yeah. And they're really, really small, but they have big, you know, they can strike like almost the entire length of their body. And I was using 12-inch hemostats, just easier to like actually control and assist feed. And it, like the snake, like bit the mouse, dropped it into the water that was down below. So I reached past it with the hemostats. It struck up and like part of its, I think the top of its head like grazed my fingernail on the way back. And
wow.
Went, grabbed some 18s, came back to finish the job, and I'm like, all right, retiring the 12s.
Yeah. That's scary, dude.
Those are my only two stories.
That is a close call.
Yeah.
You guys heard it here first.
That was like a real life close call. Like the fang in your finger is like, what the fuck? How, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck? But that was like actual. That's the only time I've actually had like a legitimate close call with a snake. So
they're so tiny too.
Yeah, I mean the snake was maybe 7 inches long, like
wow,
little worm. But like I said, they can throw almost the entire length of their body, and I was reaching past it with the hemostats. You know, I should have just got my little hook, took the first crook of the neck, and then went and grabbed it. Moving too quickly.
Yeah.
So, or like I said, use the longer hemostats. Or like the hemostats, if I'm just like actually feeding the snake, I'm well out of the strike range, but I'm reaching past it. So I'm eliminating multiple inches of that distance by going past the snake with the hemostats.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got for you. In 5.5 years, that's all I got for you. So
That's good. Keep it that way.
Yeah, and that last one was like almost 3 years ago at this point. So actually, no, over 3 years ago. So
I mean, it's inherently dangerous, right? Like riding a motorcycle, and you can try your best to mitigate that risk, just like riding a motorcycle. And I was thinking about this recently. Like, you see people ride motorcycles with no helmet on, and you have just made it so much more dangerous. But that's their choice. That's not
you gotta
my
look
choice.
cool, Adam. You want to be a lame loser
With a helmet on. You know, I rode for a long time and it was never with a helmet, you know, and now I couldn't imagine doing that.
Yeah.
You know, but I was young and stupid, and that was my young, stupid choice.
Yeah.
I'd never do it now. You know, and you see people do it all the time. And older guys, you know, 60s, 70s, and you're like, man, you're getting away with it. Still.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of the same thing, you know, it's very similar, you know, and I mean, like you see people that have venomous and they wear those giant clunky gloves all the time, you know, like.
Yeah. But then you also can get into the conversation with those of like, all right, are you actually any safer with the gloves considering how much they limit your mobility?
Yeah.
And therefore, you know, decrease your reflex speed and whatnot.
And sometimes a sense of security is worse.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, a lot of it is just keeping your mind right with it. That's why I like that I have a room that has the venomous in it. Like when I enter this space, I'm like, all right, this is how this room gets approached.
Yeah.
When I'm out here, I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
But you go in there, what's the worst that can happen? Pretty bad.
Pretty bad stuff.
Pretty bad is the worst that could happen. So, yeah. That's
it's kind of like people texting and driving, you know, like the sense of security of having a cage around you will give you the idea that you can do things that are inherently risky that actually then make it more dangerous.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you see a psycho on a motorcycle texting and riding? It doesn't happen, right? Because you already know, like, all right, I need to be here 110%. You know?
That would be wild. Just someone like doing like a wheelie on the highway, just kind of like.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I probably did text and ride at some point in my life.
Unbelievable.
Or at least took my phone out to read it. Which is so dumb. Yeah. Yeah. Never again. Never again.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Not at all. I feel like we're on your podcast right now.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
You've been asking all the questions.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, it is what you do that when you end up just becoming the host on any podcast you get on.
Is that what I do? Is that...
Kind of seems like that. Yeah. Yeah. Or like when we were doing that, what was it, us, MJ and Ryan, right? Was it the episode near the end of last year?
Oh, the Christmas one. Ari was there too.
Ari was right. Yeah. I like it was almost like you were like the co-host on that episode. Like, you know, you would just get a question in the middle of MJ's questions. And, but no, I mean, I like it, but I feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
I feel like it's like your natural state though. You're just a podcast host. It's what you do.
I just ask questions.
You do.
This is just what I do.
Yeah.
You know?
Way to be.
I mean, but don't feel bad about that. I've been on your show already once. So, you know, now we're just two dudes hanging out, talking reptiles, you know?
We have talked some reptiles. It took a little while to get to reptiles, but.
Yeah. I try to bring you back around, you know?
Hell yeah.
You're like, I want to talk about politics today, Adam. And I'm like, dude, we're not playing that game.
Is that what I said?
That's what you say all the time. Yeah, you're such a political guy. You know?
With my sending reels of you, the gay guy doing the lip syncing to Trump.
That has become
I love that account.
my favorite thing in the entire world.
It's fantastic. I love it. Because it's not even like you need to edit the audio for it to work. It's just like the eye rolls and the mannerisms. It's like fits perfectly.
Yeah, the lip biting.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, that guy is supremely gifted. And you sent me that, and I think then all of a sudden like one more showed up in my feed, and now like I get them all the time.
Yeah. Yep. It'll get you. The algo will get you. They know what you like before you even know it.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching your algorithm change too. Like I recently bought another motorcycle, and all of a sudden now my algorithm is just like, oh, you want to see more bikes, don't you? So yeah, it's just like constant.
My Facebook algorithm is like 30% make this dessert at home, like cheesecakes and cookies and shit like that. I'm just like,
I don't have that at all.
And I just sit there. I'm like, So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't bake for a reason. It's because I would eat it all.
You know, at my work, the amount of stuff that is brought in, like sweet treats and cheesecake and donuts and pastries, constant, dude. Constant. And I don't eat any of it.
Hey, you're stronger than I am. I was never able to resist the box of donuts in the morning. Even though I knew that I would be tired for the rest of the day, and just nothing would go well about it. I'm like, what a one do? And then if I feel fine after one, like, you know, a couple hours later, there's still one in there. I'm like, no one's gonna eat it. I don't want it to go to waste. Dude,
my favorite donut in the entire world, chocolate cake, like the dense chocolate cake donut.
Yeah,
with glaze on it. That's like the pinnacle of donuts for me, you know?
Not bad.
Although, you know, so I've always wanted to open, I've never talked about this publicly, but I'm going to share this with you, Steven.
Okay.
I've always wanted to open a donut shop, and I don't know what I would call it, but I would want it to be
donut and the idiot. I don't know.
There you go. I would want it to be all filled donuts, okay? And we're talking like peanut butter chocolate filled donuts. Okay? We're talking I'm just getting started. All right? That's just like the staple, right?
Take my money.
Okay. Hold on, listen. Cannoli filled donuts. Cannoli filling? Yeah. All right? Yeah. Cannoli filled donuts. Dude, cheesecake filled donuts. All right? Yeah. Just for those who are just listening, Steven is walking away and he can't believe what he's hearing right now. I think that this could be the greatest business.
Yeah, I'm going to relapse today.
Dude, could you imagine that? Strawberry shortcake filled donut.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm a filled donut type of guy. If I can.
Peanut butter cream. S'mores.
Okay.
Dude, could you imagine a s'mores donut?
You're arousing me. You got to stop.
Dude, like imagine a butane torch putting marshmallows on an opened up donut that is waiting to accept a filling, right? And you torch your marshmallows, and then you put Hershey's chocolate bar on top of that, torch it, fold it shut, happy customer, cheesecake filled. All right. Remember the cheesecake filling, a cheesecake filled donut, cannoli. Come on. Let's do this, Steven. Let's do this. And in the back, venomous reptiles.
Oh, man. I'm so glad that I don't have one of those like fancy ass donut shops around here.
I do. Yeah, I have one around my house.
Yeah,
But it's not fancy. It's actually like no offense to them at all. They'll never hear this. But it's a hole in the wall. Like you walk in and it's a complete hole in the wall. But they have the
That
most
could be a good name for a donut shop.
Dude, hole in the wall. Oh my God. We got it. Dude.
Hole in the ball.
Wait, no. You ruined it. Spit take.
Donut's kind of like a ball. I don't know. Fuck. Hole in the wall. yeah. Let's rewind. Hole in the wall. What a great name for a donut.
That's a solid one, man.
Holy shit.
Not hole in the ball. You have to have that checked out by your doctor.
Only an idiot would say that.
Seriously, dude. That's always been my dream, would be to open a donut shop and just specialize in filled donuts, and they'd be all sorts of wild fillings.
See, and this is where I would take it right away from that first idea. Are you familiar with crumble cookies?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that crumble cookies is the best, like the best business model that has ever existed since selling crack. With the rotating menu. And I really dislike that they have a permanent menu that's not just a chocolate chip cookie. They need to cancel the permanent menu. It's a disaster. But like every Monday, you're gonna open the app and be like, "What do you have this week?" And instead of fucking whatever the 4 cookies are, you got the 4 donuts for the week, and you just rotate the donuts. Because if you look at the menu and you'd be like, "Oh my God, chocolate or strawberry cheesecake filled donut with chocolate glaze, that sounds great. Oh, I only have until Saturday to get it. I'm gonna go get it." Rotating donuts. Because if they're always there, it's great, but there's no urgency.
Yeah,
the urgency was what makes crumble cookies so addictive.
That's
like, they're not even like the best cookies. They're like good enough.
Yeah.
Like if you had a good bakery nearby, you would 100% choose the bakery over crumble cookies. But it's the novelty that keeps them that keeps it so keeps you so locked in on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like almost
how often do you eat crumble cookie?
Not too frequently anymore. But there was a time where, I mean, a 4-pack was coming into the house weekly.
Whoa.
But it also wasn't just me who was doing the damage on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, frequent. But nowadays, I'll just get a single if there's one that I really am like, oh wow, I want to try that. So I might get one every 2 or 3 weeks, one cookie.
Post workout.
It is literally in between my gym and my house.
Yeah, I think that's the way to
On
do
the
it.
road. Like it takes 15 seconds to go to the park right in front of it, and 15 seconds to get back on the street to get back home from my gym. Right.
The only way I'd be okay eating a crumble cookie, I've only eaten one once in my life, would be, and there's one, 5 minutes from my house, would be post workout. I'd have to murder myself first, deplete all my glycogen.
Yeah.
Throw in 30 minutes of cardio after the lift or something, and then feel like, okay, I've earned this cookie.
Yeah. I feel like if I can, do a dessert type of thing, like maybe once a week at most, I can kind of justify it. But like my sweet tooth is fucking nasty. Genetically, I have a sweet tooth as well. It's it's in my family. And there was a period of time when I was in Indiana, because my dad has he has more of a sweet tooth than I do. And like it kind of compounded when I was living with him. And there was a time where at least a pint of ice cream got consumed in that apartment every day. Every single day.
Dude, Haagen-Dazs, man.
Oh,
like that's one serving.
Not Haagen-Dazs. Fuck that shit.
Dude, I'm sorry, but chocolate peanut butter Haagen-Dazs, I'm going to town on that, and I'm going to chase that vein of peanut butter right down to the bottom until there's nothing left.
You like the vein, huh?
Always.
Nah, the go-tos were Ben and Jerry's for sure, and then the like Talenti gelato. Fuck.
Ben and Jerry's, they went woke and went broke, son.
They got all those creative flavors though.
Yeah.
Americone Dream. I think that's what it was called. They got like the waffle cone pieces in the ice cream with like oh man. Fuck. It's got me. I haven't even had breakfast yet, so this is even
Neither
worse
have I.
than it would be.
Dude, peanut butter and jelly is such a classic staple food. I love peanut butter and jelly.
I can't even remember the last time I had peanut butter and jelly.
See, I can't have gluten. I have an allergy to wheat. So like I break out with a rash on like my elbows and stuff. Yeah.
Really?
So, but yeah, it's.
I had fake celiac disease growing up, so that was fun.
You had fake celiac disease?
Oh, yeah, my mom's gonna be mad that I said that. Look, when I was really young, I would eat wheat and throw up immediately.
Huh?
Like 10 times out of 10. From the time I was probably about 6 until maybe 12, and then it just went away.
Really?
Yeah, fine. Like I don't eat gluten a ton, but I can definitely eat it with no repercussion.
It was the Tylenol, I bet, or the vaccines.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Or the chlorine in the pool.
Don't even get me
Or
started.
the nanobots.
Dude. Yeah, my wife actually diagnosed me. It was like years of being like, why am I in so much pain? And why do I have this rash on my elbows and all this? And
That's weird.
my wife was like, why don't you try cutting out gluten? And I did. And yeah, the rash went away and I was all better.
Do you watch South Park?
On occasion.
Have you seen the gluten episode?
No.
It's one
I
to
know.
ten.
And it's so annoying too. Like when I tell people I can't have gluten, they're like, you're a traitor. You're a terrible person.
No, I mean, I feel like a nom vet or something with gluten, because I was gluten free before anybody knew what the fuck gluten was.
Yeah.
We're talking 2006.
People still don't know what it is.
Oh, maybe there. I feel like everyone. But like, we would be on road trips and would like go to like the Burger King at the rest stop and ask for a burger without a bun on it. They look at you like you had 3 heads. Like, the fuck? What is that?
Yeah.
Or like when gluten-free bread from the grocery store like literally was like a rock, and it tasted like a rock with shit on it.
Yeah.
It was just, before they knew that there was a market there to sell these gluten-free products for twice what the normal products were.
We do gluten-free pasta. It's actually really good.
Oh, it's fine. All that shit is great now
because it's just rice flour.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like a lot of pasta was already, especially like a lot of Asian noodles and stuff like that were already free, just on how they were.
We use the Jovial brand. You'd have no idea.
Yeah. I've had that before. Very good stuff. Yeah, being gluten-free today is easy as anything compared to how it used to be.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Well, if you're eating at home, yes. But if you're eating out, it's still very difficult.
I feel like a lot of restaurants have like gluten-free bun and fucking.
They do. But I mean, I don't know. I just want to complain about that.
Yeah.
It's hard to eat gluten-free pizza, my man.
Maybe there in Chicago, there was some phenomenal gluten-free pizza.
Really?
Oh my God. Incredible. Like better. The gluten-free pizza in Chicago, better than the regular pizza in 98% of the country.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, maybe you're too young. That was a saying for like a long time. It was thanks, Obama.
Well, yeah. Thanks.
Because he was an American president for 8 years. He served. Yeah, he served.
Is that what he was?
Yeah, for 2 years or 2 terms rather.
He was an actor or something.
No. And so he during his 2 terms of being president, basically anything that would go wrong, it'd be thanks, Obama, and then it kind of just became a joke.
I thought you were saying thanks, Obama, in a good way, because he's from Chicago. Maybe he
I mean, when it was kind of my line of thought, you know.
The gluten-free community in Chicago really needs some good pizza.
It is true.
We're going to focus on the gluten-free pizza of Chicago. I haven't done Obama in a while. I'm not sure if that was any good, but
it was okay.
No, thanks.
It was passable.
Yeah. It actually was a really very terrible impression of Barack. He's not even from America. He's from
Hussein.
Hussein. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. A terrorist was president for 8 years. Can you believe it? What a shame. Just bombing the Middle East for no apparent reason. Who would do that?
Yeah, who would do that?
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Who would do that? Only a real idiot would do that. A real low IQ president. And they gave me the cognitive test. They said, wow, you did better than anybody who's ever done it before.
Yes.
Big brain, great brain. You have the brain of a smart young person. They said that about me. And I could tell the elephant from the dolphin and the dolphin from the squirrel. They had the animals on the page. They said, what are the animals? I said, I know this one. I know them all, frankly. I know them all. And they said, wow, no other president's ever been able to tell the dolphin from the squirrel.
But telling the difference between Jesus and a doctor, that's a tough one, man.
They said I was a doctor, and if you look at the picture, it was clear I was a doctor in the sky, putting my hand on definitely not Jeffrey Epstein. It was not Epstein. There was not a demon in the background. That was not a demon. That was actually Kash Patel.
Yeah. You know, when we make burgers at the house, I don't use a bun. I use lettuce and wrap it in lettuce, and it's honestly, I walk away from that feeling fantastic. Very light, kind of just I get all the
keto burger action.
Yeah, you get the delicious beef. You know, you put whatever you want on there. You get your onions, your tomatoes, do you put mayo on your burger? I do mayo. A couple pickles.
Yeah, I usually do I make essentially a mock In-N-Out animal style sauce.
I've never been to In-N-Out.
It's pretty good.
Do you guys have Culver's?
No. So here in El Paso is in this weird continuum of badass fast food that just skips us. Like Arizona has Culver's and In-N-Out, and Dallas and Austin have Culver's and In-N-Out. Nope. I think that if there was an In-N-Out burger here in El Paso, it would do $1 million a day.
Wow.
Because there is a huge fast food culture here.
I've never done what is it? Whataburger?
Whataburger? Pretty good too. Definitely worth it if you're in Texas. Do you guys have Portillo's down there?
No.
So that's the classic Chicago fast food chain that kind of started in Chicago and moved outward. We just got the first one here. Happens to be 5 minutes from my house.
They followed you.
I did. So I was there the day it opened. And, I probably go there every couple weeks. I'm not a big fast food guy, just because I don't want to be. I would eat it every day. But I'm kind of glad there isn't In-N-Out nor Culver's here because we would go to Culver's regularly growing up.
They kind of have the forced scarcity too with the ice cream because they do a different flavor of the day. So then you're like, the flavor. Yeah. Well, at least ours does.
Every time I went. But
so the kids' meals come with a free ice cream, so whenever the kids get their ice cream, they can either get flavor of the day or chocolate or vanilla, so sometimes flavor of the day is top notch.
Yeah. I would always get the same concrete there, but at the Tinley Park Convention Center, there's a Culver's right across the street. And that was the tradition on Sunday after leaving Tinley with my mom. We would go to Culver's and get a fucking giant ass Culver's meal, and I'd fall asleep in the car on the way home. yeah. So
That's so cool that your parents were so supportive of you and your love of reptiles.
yeah, I got super fortunate. I kind of like, I didn't give them much of like a choice at some point in time. I was very persistent with it. But yeah, I think once they really kind of kept seeing that I was continuing to take it seriously, they kept giving me a little bit more leash. So getting that job in high school at that the zoo outside Chicago definitely helped because you know, having actual like real world hands-on experience, they felt comfortable that I was actually going to be able to take care of some of these animals that I was going to, you know, be bringing into the house. Like my mom was very much like, you're not going to get green tree pythons because their teeth are really big.
And they're stupid.
Oh boy. I have no idea what you're referencing. Because my pediatrician growing up was a snake keeper.
Really?
Yeah. He was a very active member of the Chicago Herp Society, and and he had a green tree python for a while that was not very friendly, and it bit him one time, and he had a tooth stuck in his finger somewhere for like 6 months from this green tree python. And that scared my mom away from it. But when I got to the Wildlife Discovery Center, the first summer I was there, they got in a couple Maruki green tree pythons, and I was just like obsessed with these animals. They were super chill. I would handle them all the time, and like through that kind of proved like that I can do this. And then I was able to get my first green tree that fall. So yeah, I think it was just a matter of like showing, and it makes sense. Like your kids get super into this thing, and they're like, yeah, I want to do this forever. It's like, you're a kid. Let's see if this sticks. But it did. Never.
My oldest wants a hognose snake.
I mean, I get it, but be like, hey, you know, there's a lot of snakes out there that are a lot cooler than a hognose snake.
I know. He did a PowerPoint presentation on hognose snakes for school.
All right. Nice.
He's really into them, you know, so I like, do you know anything?
Hognose.
Say it again.
Convince him to get Eastern hognose. That's really cool. And like get a hognose that's not a Western hognose. Get a cool hognose that isn't, get a Mexican hognose or something that's not as commonly worked with.
That's kind of, I told him, I was like, you need to get, like, I said, probably stay away from the morphs. It'd probably be cool to get like maybe a locality or something, you know?
Yeah.
Get something that not a lot of people have.
Some of those cool, darker Eastern hognose, real nice high contrast. Those are freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that they're right now being proposed to be added to, I think it's ESA as a threatened species.
Really?
Yeah. I think I saw a USARC thing today about that.
Easterns?
Yes, I believe so. I believe it was Eastern hognose. So, yeah. Yeah,
they're, I got to figure out something with that, because I want to nurture whatever interest he has in it, you know, and if he's interested in something that I don't have, I want to kind of get him that, you know. Yeah. Easterns are cool, man. They obviously they kind of look like a pygmy rattler or something, you know, like they kind of have a similar. Yeah. And
like what's cool about them is because they haven't been inbred to shit like some of the Westerns have, they actually have the body type of a hognose snake instead of a stumpy, weird product of captivity. I'm not trying to talk about hognose snakes, but like, you know, nobody will deny that the Western hognose snakes of captivity do not resemble wild hognose snakes at all. Yeah. But the Easterns do, because they're not that far removed, and they haven't been morphed out like the Westerns and whatnot. So,
did you see that Nerodia that charged at me? Did you see that video? It was on my story.
Okay, I probably saw it, but quickly.
Dude, I mean, like, it's okay if you didn't see it, buddy. Like, I'm not like, God damn it, Steven, I thought you watched my
story pop up on my feed very frequently.
It's because we're always sending each other stuff.
That has nothing to do with reptiles almost ever.
Exactly. It's mostly just gay guys lip syncing Trump.
You paused for way too long.
Well,
Gay guys impersonating Trump, not gay guys followed by a 5-second pause and laughter that clouds what you actually said. Oh my gosh.
hey man,
Hey, happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah, dude. June 6th as we record this.
No, June 10th.
Oh yeah, that's right. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so this Nerodia dude came at me hooded up. Like totally flattened out and literally like a little baby cobra just like charging at me, trying to get to the pond that was on the other side of me. And it was a wild experience. What are you thinking about right now that you're trying to like hold back?
Just so funny.
I can see you.
That whole exchange is just so funny. You're just back to Nerodia. I'm like, I don't know if I can meet you there at the moment. I think I'm still stuck on what just happened.
We already talked about it earlier. You know, you're the one that brought it up. You're the one that sends me all the gay guys
That's true.
imitating Trump.
Yeah.
Or lip syncing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Nerodia, they're wild animals, man.
I've never seen one do that before. I didn't even know that they did that. Like hood up and like really confidently come at you.
Yeah, they got a potent odor to them. Nerodia.
Yeah. They're basically like everywhere on this side of the country, right?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
from Florida all the way up into Canada.
That's wild.
Not sure how far west they go, but pretty far west. Yeah, they're everywhere. They are everywhere.
That is wild.
Yeah. No, definitely. They're survivors, all right. They are.
Yeah, I get they must brumate, right? Or
Oh yeah.
or
For
hibernate.
sure. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they den up for hibernation, for brumation in pretty huge numbers. Yeah. I don't think it's quite like up in Canada with like the garter dens where there's like quite literally thousands upon thousands of snakes in single locations. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Are there people that work with locality hognose snakes that you're aware of?
Not that I can name off the top. I know that I probably would ask Joe D about that, considering he's super tapped in with everything colubrids. And if there is somebody who is, he's probably had him on his podcast. So
yeah. Boy, yeah, there's a lot going on here, man. There's other hognoses, western hognoses, tricolor hognoses, speckled hognoses, southern hognose, South American hognose, ringed hognose, Mexican hognose.
I would steer clear for your son from the tricolors because they're actually somewhat significantly venomous.
Really?
Yeah, more than people give them credit for.
See, so I'm on MORPHMARKET and I went to Eastern hognose snakes for sale and there ain't nothing there.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all.
There's nothing.
Yeah, zero surprise there. I'm surprised there's even a category for that.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem right. Seems like a waste of some programming dollars there.
Yeah, right. I wonder what's under other hognoses.
That might be where you find them.
No, it's just morph stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
The speckled hognose are probably referring to the Madagascar hognose.
And those are quite large, aren't they?
Yeah. They're nothing like. They're similar in name only. They're super different.
Yeah.
They're rear fang too. I guess that's the other similarity. But like physically, behaviorally, there couldn't be more different than the New World hognose snakes.
I wonder how significant the venom is from a hognose.
I think it really depends again, but like I had a coworker of mine back up in Chicago. He got bit by a Western hognose, and for whatever reason, just decided to let it chew on him. And like he was like in bed sick for like a week. Swollen.
Wow.
His arm got all swollen, and like he was like fever. Like he got nailed, and had a bad time. So they're more venomous than people give them credit for. That's for sure. But he did also allow that snake to chew on him.
Why?
I don't know. Good question. Very good question. I think a lot of the Westerns and whatnot, like them actually biting people is just super uncommon because they just mostly just do like the closed mouth kind of punches, more or less. But yeah,
dude, it's kind of a bummer, man. Like these hognoses, it's all morphs.
Yeah, that's part of why I was like, man, your son should get into some of the cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I would find a locality to be cool, you know?
Yeah. And like nothing wrong with the morphs. Like, you know, hognose snakes are probably safe to say at this point, they're the second most popular snake in the world.
Yeah.
Western hognose. But you know, that comes with ups and downs.
Have you ever kept them?
I've kept tricolor hognose for a little while, and I worked with Westerns at that job back in Illinois.
Yeah.
Not for me. There's not like I actually did not really enjoy the tricolor hognose. They were very aggressive snakes or defensive, but like, and you know, because they're so small and because I was kind of, you know, not wanting to take a bite from them, like they would do like the flop a million times kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, you could like palm them on the ground if you wanted to, but then you're definitely going to get bit, and you just couldn't get them on a hook to save your life. You'd have to like try to like scoop into a container. It's like I don't know. They were just a real pain in the ass. I just don't like. I stopped keeping dwarf bittas for that reason. They would do that shit too. I just couldn't stand it. The dwarf adders, like the other species in the genus with the rhino vipers, gaboon vipers, like basically many versions of them. Yeah, I just don't like snakes that don't ride hooks well like that. Just annoying. Rattlesnakes actually, they don't really ride hooks, but like they just kind of like cling on to them and just kind of like sit there while you move them over.
Yeah,
so they're actually pretty decent to hook. But those dwarf adders would just run. You pull them back a million times. Just flail everywhere. Yeah, I chased one like 30 feet down maybe 20 feet down a building that was like a converted shipping container one time.
Yeah,
I was in a 6-quart tub and jumped out, hit the floor, and just went burr, 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 all the way down the room. I literally had to like gently grab it with hemostats, and it was biting the hemostats and biting.
Oh my god!
And like had the snake with the hemostats and like the hook at the top of the tub, and just like dropped it and closed it all in one motion. Immediately started sending some messages. Like, that's how I'm done. I don't want to do that. Like, I've never had a rattlesnake do that once, or anything even remotely close to it. From like dead stop to all the way down the road, and just like, no, I'm good. Yeah. They were also really poor feeders as well. They're lizard specialists in the wild and pain in the ass. So very sensitive snakes.
All right, how many ball pythons do you think are on Morph Market right now?
70,000.
No.
More?
Less. It's actually lower than I thought it was going to be, considerably.
30?
Yeah, we're right about at 30. 29,188.
Oh. Way less than I would have thought.
Yeah. That was at like 50,000 for a while.
I thought, yeah. Maybe. I've never checked it once, but I feel like I've heard it on podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy. The boa constrictors, there's 3,800.
Less
Not
than
very. Yeah, much less.
Hmm.
I got to do it. Where's the where are the scrubs at? Where are my scrubs at?
Let me guess, 28
28 animals.
listings, I guess.
Yeah. Let me dude, why can't I find it? Are they Oh, it's under other pythons, isn't it?
They have their own category.
Do they? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
I could not be more sure.
Well, you would know.
Unless they've disbanded it since the last time I checked MORPHMARKET.
Dog, how am I not finding this? Is it hidden from me? It can't be hidden from me. Boa constrictors, ball pythons, other pythons.
Well, is that
Dude, it is a category under other pythons.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, they meant like the other pythons category within that.
Oh.
Where it's
So
like,
your number was low, my friend. The scrub python market is booming right now.
what's that?
36 animals.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, we got Halmaheras on here.
I want to actually peep this real quick.
Yeah, we got Halmaheras from Outback Reptiles.
I've seen those on there. Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah, a bunch of new listings. 34. Got it.
Must be hatching season, huh?
No, I think a lot of these are last year's babies.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, most of them look pretty large.
Yeah, these are all last year's babies.
It's pretty wild how niche they are, you know?
And let's see. One thing that's kind of interesting, though. With the exception of the Halmaheras and the one pair of Wamina, they're all Southerns.
What's an oxybol scrub?
It's another name for Highland,
Okay.
orange phase Southern scrub. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like an old locality name. So
Neverson's got some Marukis on here.
yeah. Yep. No, Alexandra had an awesome clutch of those last year.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful animals.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are. And I like how common the Maruki or Southerns have become, because it gives people who are interested in scrub pythons a really nice kind of lower cost option to get into them and get good bred animals from great breeders, and not necessarily need to break the bank on something that they're not fully sure of yet.
Yeah.
Kind of how it was for a minute, especially compared to wild prices, where, if you wanted a pair of captive bred scrub pythons, I mean, you weren't looking at a penny under $2,000 for quite a while. And there are still plenty of scrubs that are going for that. But now you can get a pair of Marukis for like $1,000. That's what wild caughts were for a while. So you get the same animal, but a really good captive bred that's well established from a really good breeder. I like to see that.
How many bearded dragons do you think are on here?
Because
it's a lot less than I thought.
800.
Oh, you're close. 690. You were close.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the species that I feel like it's fallen off.
Yeah.
A lot of lizards have fallen off.
How many Timor pythons do you think are on here?
Timor?
Yeah.
One at most.
0. There are 0 Timor pythons. I think it's time for me to sell my pair.
Huge shout out to Andy Noyce. Just got a beautiful clutch of Timors.
I saw that
yesterday or the day before. I normally don't get, aside from like some of the scrubs that Ryan has produced this year so far, I don't usually get too excited to see much produced.
Yeah.
That pumped me the fuck up to see that clutch, because I'm actually going to do a vlog about this. We can talk about it too if you have any thoughts, but I'm not an anti-hybrid guy. I am I'm a little bit appalled by the Timor retic hybrids. And so, yeah, I kind of want to hear what your take is, maybe go back and forth a little bit. I mean, I figured you've seen these as well, right?
I did briefly, yes.
Yeah, they're I mean, objectively, they're cool looking animals. Like I mean, retic morphs, you know, they're beautiful. There's no two ways about it. They're like little works of art, big works of art. And then the Timor kind of throws in a, you know, disruption to the pattern, head structure a little bit. I mean, it definitely makes the animals different in a way that I can understand why people like them.
Yeah. So the latest one that's out there looks so much like a Timor, right?
Does it?
I don't know.
I mean, any sort of like lavender albino fucking whatever doesn't look much of a Timor to me.
Well, I mean the latest hybrid though.
Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong animal.
Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong animal.
Like, what do you mean? Like the latest Timor retic
Yes.
hybrid? Because I know that they've started to get to the point of like 12.5% Timor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because the first one.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of, yep, I'm thinking of it from the wrong direction. I remember thinking now that looks like a
retic.
Like a retic.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
What I think too at this point is that that they're pretty much, you can't really tell that there's a Timor influence in them, especially because of how many morphs there are. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, what this morph does this, like, okay, kind of makes sense. And there was a post on the Retic Nation group. It was like a question that Jake Klotz posted the group, and you know, it's kind of like, what are your thoughts on these hybrids? And I don't participate in the retic groups. Frankly, the only reason I think I'm in that group is because I've been in that group since like 2012.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here. So I left a quick comment and I said it's a matter of time before new people think that Timor is just a locality of retic. And I think generally people were agreeing with that comment. And then somebody left a further comment under mine of like agreeing, I believe, and then taking a step further because of the whole, like, you know, the name confusion with Timor pythons in the first place, because the actual Timor island doesn't actually have these pythons. They're, you know, Lesser Sundas, Flores, Komodo. And then the actual Timor island does have retics.
Yeah.
So make it even more confusing, because there are actually Timor retics. We don't have Timor retics. We never will have Timor retics. And you know, the original, I think it was a Timor to a Kalatoa, like, didn't look like a retic. Very much looked like a hybrid of a Timor and a retic.
Yeah.
But then you start to make it albino, and you make it sunfire, and you make it tiger, and you make it all this other shit. And especially because, you know, the more morph you put into it, the more percentage of retic you have in the snake, obviously.
Yeah.
Where the morphs are coming from, and the more the Timor characteristics get watered down, which are already minimal to begin with, because they are the most closely related to each other. You know, the only 2 members of the retic complex, however many species you want to consider that, 3, 4, 5, and then you know, Timorensis. That's the Malaya python genus. So there's not many characteristic differences to begin with. And I don't really, my concern with it is less from the side of like, oh, well, you know, these retics you can pass it off as a pure retic or whatever, like how people with carpet pythons will often have that concern. I don't think anyone's going to give a fuck, frankly, who's into retics, particularly into morphs, whether or not this snake has Timor in it or not. I'm very concerned about the hobby losing actual Timor pythons as a result. And like one of the guys who's big into the hybrids post, and I mean, like this almost got me to say something. I didn't. I'm not that kind of person, but a pair of Timor pythons he has. He's like excited to get these into my hybrid projects. I'm like, why don't you breed them to each other?
Yeah.
Because the hybrid discussion, I think there's a lot of points that I think in general, if I were to choose a side, hybrid or no hybrid, I'm probably going to go hybrid. Because I just don't think it matters that much. God, pouring that purple first thing in the morning. Yeah, you really do live in Florida, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, dog.
Surprised it's not into a styrofoam. With the chain on too. You might as well be Kodak White up there.
This was made by Cubans in Miami.
Better be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Well, so I'm kind of torn on whether or not I want to keep my Timors. I keep going back and forth. You know, I'm like, there's part of me that feels like more people need to try to breed pure Timors in captivity.
Yeah.
And then there's part of me that's like, I like interacting with my snakes, and these are snakes that don't like interacting with me.
Right.
And at some point in time, a 4x2x2 is probably not going to cut it for them, especially the female.
Depends how much you feed them, but yeah. I know you're going to want to give them more than that.
The male is very small.
Yeah.
And he eats a fair amount. He's a 2022, and he's just a little guy.
Yeah.
Like the female is the 2023, and she has outpaced him.
Yeah.
In growth considerably. And I try to feed them the same. She just puts it to use better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm torn on that. The whole hybrid thing, I don't think we should be doing that. There's certain things we talked about this before. The berm balls look cool. There's some of the berm balls that look really cool. But Burmese pythons are pretty easy to come across, and ball pythons are pretty easy to come across, and
yeah,
a berm ball is pretty unmistakable, right? So I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation, and I think with that situation with hybrids, it's like, yeah, who cares? There's plenty of berms out there, plenty of balls out there.
Yeah.
You can see a berm ball a mile away.
Yeah.
But a retic Timor hybrid, you can see it maybe the first generation, and then you keep breeding it to retics, and that's gone. Now it looks like a small island locality.
Yeah, but I don't really think that's a big deal, because they're doing that anyway.
They're already crossing all the different.
Yeah, they're crossing everything. It's par for the course with the status quo of retics. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for the retic community the same way I feel bad for carpets, green trees, scrubs, of if somehow the hybridization gets so bad that shit gets lost. It's like, especially with the retics, it's like, man, that was the MO from day one was, oh, here's this new locality. Let's cross it to fucking everything. Where, that's not, I mean, that was the case with green trees, but I think a lot of the time, some of the justification was that they all thought that this was the same species, and they were just making locality crosses. And then, everyone kind of had their existential crisis when they realized that this is actually 4 species of snake that you've been intermingling for generations now.
Yeah.
And, I think carpets are the prime example, just because you can't get new blood, where but then retics is the same.
Yeah.
There's no new blood of retics. What we got here is what we have, but there's not a lot of emphasis on keeping stuff pure with full knowledge and ability to do so.
I know.
That's where you can't feel too bad about it. So because even the people who are working with like some of the localities that are really actually like unique, be it, Halmahera, Ternate or Ternate, however you want to say it, Philippine retics, like they have every way possible to keep those animals pure. They just are choosing not to. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to stop you, but there's enough of them out there where it's like, all right, what the fuck? It's not like Timor's. Because I mean, Andy had the clutch recently. Was Ryan the most recent prior to that?
I think so. Yeah.
Which was what, 3 years prior?
Yeah.
You're Ryan, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I had a trio, but I sold off an extra male.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 2 males and a female, and I was like, eh.
And the thing that really is unfortunate about the Timor one in particular, and you alluded to it, they're not the best captives.
They're really not.
Not
yet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, and I think that there are other pythons that have had, have suffered similar kind of trajectories. I think, the white lip pythons are probably one of the closest parallels you can draw to Timor pythons in the same vein, because they don't quite have the extreme habits of Timor pythons, but they have all the Timor habits just toned down a little bit, not by much.
Yeah.
Ring pythons, similar. I think the scrubs have benefited from one, wild caughts being a little bit more workable in some such situations, but then also I think the variety within the genus really catches a lot of people's eyes, where when you look at Timors or white lips or whatever, it's just much more limited. Look at Liasis. You're dealing with an animal that is going to be that animal kind of in perpetuity. You could probably do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's not like you have a barneck and an Aru.
Yeah.
So different from one another. Where like you have northern and southern white lips, of course, but like you just change the saturation.
Yeah.
Timor pythons are super variable, but like within that construct of what a Timor python is. Some are really pixelated, some have more defined patterns, some are brighter, some are darker, some have higher contrast, some have less contrast, but like, it's not a Manokwari green tree python and an Aru green tree python, or a Biak and an Aru, probably be a better example of that. So less people are like, I want to do a huge project with these because look at all these different directions I can take it. It's like, you could take it a few different places probably, but like if you had 20 Timor pythons, you're not having 20 animals that are wildly different than one another. Where with carpets, scrubs, green trees, you can certainly have that.
Yeah, and are you even going to be able to get them to breed too?
Right. Yeah, and that's when those eggs hatch, I'll probably actually see if Andy wants to do a podcast and talk about it. But because just like chatting with
I'm
him,
going to do the same because I actually own Timor python, Steven. Jeez Louise.
Shit, I'll fucking wait then.
Can we do it together maybe? I don't know.
That would be fun. A little threesome. Wait.
Ooh. Pause.
Talking about days and, all right. We can only do this in June though. This is okay in June.
Yeah.
It's okay whenever. But just from like kind of just chatting is like, yeah, I mean, everything seemed like nothing too crazy. And I think that's really what it is. It's just like people don't try enough with some of this. Or people treat them like retics and just feed the living shit out of some of these pythons and then end up having problems because there are a few pythons that can eat as much as a retic can.
You think that came from the Barker's experience of basically feeding the Timors until they puked to get them to breed? And hamsters?
I mean, honestly, no. I think it just comes from retic breeding
protocols. Feed them to breed them.
Yeah, just like feed them like just to the most extraordinary degree. And that's what Gourmet Rodent was doing as well. When they were producing them, they would just they were getting like a big hamster a week, and then during breeding season they were getting 3 or whatever.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, and their adults were massive, fucking massive. So I've never tried to breed Timor python, so I really couldn't tell you. But I mean, Ryan bred them multiple times, right? And
I think he bred them twice, and I think he had them for a decade.
Yeah, but like Ryan is notorious for not feeding like crazy.
Yeah.
So he obviously did it, feeding the way that he feeds. So is that a requirement to feed the crap out of them to get them to breed? I would assume probably not. There was a bunch of talk for a long time, I remember, about like, they need to be 8 years old to breed. It's like,
I've heard that, yeah, a lot.
Fucking break. No python needs to be 8 years old to breed. Might some take that long? Yeah, probably. But like as a rule of thumb, no, like 4 or 5 years. You really can't convince me that any python needs any longer than that.
So you think I should pair mine next year then?
Are they adults? Like physically?
My female will be 4 next year.
But like how big is she?
Probably like 4.5 foot.
I mean, I know Gourmet Rodent got eggs from a female that was that small. What you could always do is just cycle her as if she was a breeder. And then if she starts to develop, then go for it. And if she doesn't, then you've just primed her for an additional year. So, but I think, a snake being old enough to breed has to also coincide with the snake being large enough to breed. You need both factors. So I think a lot of times with these Timors that people are saying needed 8 years to be ready to breed, well, it's because they raised them very slowly, where they needed 8 years to reach like a mature body composition. That's a different story than needing to be 8 years old to breed. It took 8 years to have the growth that they really should have had by 5. That's my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I fed them weekly for a while, and then I cut them back to every 2 weeks, and I gave them the winter off. She did throw up a hairball. Just straight hair, dude.
Yeah, I had that happen before, for sure.
It's pretty wild. I mean, it's just literally white hair. Nothing else there. Yeah. It doesn't even smell, really.
The first time I had a white lip do that long ago, I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, my snake regurged. Like, what the fuck's going on? And, but it didn't seem right, because at least when, in my experience, it didn't look like a hairball at first, you know? It was like, what the fuck is that? And then you look at him closer and you're like, this is just hair. What? And then you learn that pythons like white lips or Papuans, some of these pythons that are, eating fewer animals in the wild that actually have fur necessarily.
I think it happened with one of my carpets too.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Dude, it's honestly, I think I've had it happen like 3 times now. And the first time it happened, I was super alarmed. And now when it happens, I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The animal's fine. The animal's healthy. It's literally a pellet of hair.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a scrub python do that. But they're also much more physiologically inclined to eat mammals. So I think their ability to process the hair is at a much higher level than some of these other pythons. So
yeah. Let me see here. I'm going to send you a picture of my Timor python, and I want to get your opinion. Why is it's grabbing like pictures of blood pythons too? That's weird. Let me remove those. Your name is Dr. Stephen Kush.
The Kush doctor.
The old Kush doctor. All right. How come when I text you, it's SMS and not RCS or whatever, where it's like easier to communicate and stuff?
I don't even know what that means.
All right.
I have an iPhone.
Oh, that explains it. I mean, she's pretty thick, bro. She's a thick girl, you know?
Yeah. To me, she looks like a juvenile.
Oh, that's offensive. So she does. I mean, she's only 3 right now.
Yeah. No. So like, probably just fine for where she is, but definitely nowhere near where she need to be to have a clutch.
Yeah. So she'll probably need like 2 more years.
Probably. Yeah. I think like, I haven't actually seen, eggs from a Timor python in person, but I think that they're kind of like ball python eggs, they're similar to retic eggs or scrub eggs. So
big.
Yeah.
What do you think of that bite?
Looks gnarly, dude.
Dude, it was like perfect though.
Yeah.
Like every single tooth went into my arm.
Brisk bite there. It may have stayed in your arm too.
It was perfect, dude. I was pushing the door open like this, like sliding it like that. And I'm like looking away, like grabbing something. And I didn't realize she was right there and just bam, right onto my arm.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
You have to. You have to love it.
Yeah.
I'm so much more careful now. I got to the point where I'm like, all right, my snakes are getting pretty big. I'm getting bitten way too much. But the problem is that I do my waters at night when all the lights are off. Like I come home from work and I'm like, this is my time.
Yeah.
So I turn all the room lights on as bright as I can. And I just go in there and she's like, yo, you got that food? And I tap her and she's like, oh, I hate this. I'm going to pee. That's what it is every time.
I like the impression too.
Yeah, that's exactly what she sounds like too.
Yeah. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that I think like maybe a rule of thumb would be like once she can eat a large rat, you're probably in the clear.
Oh, she's already eating large rats.
Like real large rats or like modern day large rats?
What I am buying from Perfect Prey as a large rat.
Like, is she taking down a 225er or like a 150?
Ooh, I should weigh it. Yeah, I should weigh it and actually report back to you.
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
If she can go 225 to 250, then that's, at least she's going to be on track to get there.
Yeah, she might be on like an extra medium.
Yeah, a lot of larges these days are extra mediums.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a large rat is like a substantial rat. But
I've been feeding her larger meals less frequently and putting a decent sized lump in her. She gets under that heat. You know what I'm saying? What are you looking at? Is it you got a cat or a dog?
No, it's some noise from my cage over here. Started my cage with my snake in the enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reflection is visible.
I'm fully aware.
Yeah, so I mean, there's like I said, I'm truly torn on the Timors because there is part of me that's like I like owning things I can interact with.
Yeah.
And they are not that species. Yes, you can interact with them. When I get them out, they do not bite me. But when I get them out, they bust those urates out everywhere. And it's just like I literally try to get to an area with no carpet, obviously, and because I have an area rug in my office. So it's like steer away from there, dump right here, and then I'll Clorox that up, and then I'll handle you for a while. And like that's the procedure. And I really like the Timors. They look cool.
Yeah.
So there's part of me that's like, do I need to have all snakes that I handle all the time? Or can I just come to terms with the fact that that's just not what a Timor python is?
Yeah. Back when I was in high school and I had my first Timors, I like really put effort into handling them on a regular basis. I just had a pair, and it got to the point where like they were actually like pretty fantastic. And then when I moved to Indiana and I had no time at all ever to do anything like that, they reverted back to being Timorish, which they're the only snake I've ever had that like got nice and chill and then like went back. I've never had another snake do that.
I'm pretty sure mine did the same thing, because when I had them in tubs, it was really easy to go in and yoink them out and just hold them. It was just so easy to slide out, take them out. Hey, I'm holding you. And it got to the point where it was like, oh, he dribbled a little bit, and then it got to the point where they actually stopped peeing. And then once they had to go into their enclosures, and now they have anchor points everywhere, and I can't just pull them out.
Yeah. Well, I think that Timors may be a species that in general might be more conducive to tub life than cage life.
Ooh, hot take.
I think white lips are the same way. Just anything where that visual stimulus is just really stressful to them. I never kept Timors in cages, but I did keep white lips in cages for a period of time, and they were just like objectively pissed. Never out, always angry, always striking and shit. And people have both Timors and white lips in cages, and they do great. But I think as far as like, if it's an animal you want to try to work with a little bit, try to handle, I think that cage might provide them that extra visual stress that might prevent that from being a relationship that can actually be formed. And I'm not saying it's a good enough reason to not keep a Timor or a white lip in a cage, but they just seem like, at least in my somewhat minimal experience with either species, with white lips and Timors, they just seemed much more calm and well regulated in tubs compared to cages.
I'll send you my pair of Timors, and you send me a pair of Homs.
All right, everybody, what a great episode with Adam. Man, almost 3 hours and 20 minutes. That was fantastic.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that'll be a no for me, dog.
I know.
And like, I'm saying all this as a complete hypocrite of like, I don't have Timors anymore for a lot of these reasons.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like I'm doing God's work if I keep them and I breed them.
You kind of are in a way. Yeah.
Like it really feels that way. Like somebody out there needs to pick up that mantle and say, I will produce the next generations. I will produce F2s on the back of Ryan Young, who has the strongest back.
I saw his back and I said, "Oh, what a back! Strong, rippling back on that guy." Oh, Python Jesus! They said I was Jesus in the picture. That's Python Jesus, and no one's going to debate that. Frankly, he's Python Jesus. The name is catching on. Everyone's calling him Python Jesus. You heard it? It's a huge thing. It's huge. Everyone's saying, "Wow, that's Python Jesus. He's doing only things that Python Jesus can do."
Do his muscles like just ripple and glisten in the sun?
Oh, they're rippling and glistening. Oh my God. It's really incredible. It got me very excited. I said, "Wow, Ryan, what ripply muscles." Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. You're almost as handsome and jacked as I am. Wow. Who would have thought?
Dude.
Who would have thought?
You are 6'4" and 200 and what is it, 20 or 240 pounds, Mr. President?
6'4", 220, the same as Muhammad Ali when he was world heavyweight champion.
Tracks.
Some say that I'm the world heavyweight champion because I'm currently defeating the world. We have absolutely destroyed Iran. I mean, we've all but won the war. We have won it for the last few months, and they're begging for their life. They're saying, "Please, Daddy Trump, please. We can't take anymore. Frankly, we can't take anymore."
No more winning. It's too much winning. You've won 3 elections. Is that correct?
And I'm going to win a 4th. No. I can't even finish that sentence. Oh my god!
You went right for it.
I mean, when I do Trump, I kind of become Trump.
You channel it.
I channel him.
The darkness.
Channel the darkness.
Let it in. Well, you guys have.
You wish you could channel this. You wish you could. Wow, would your life be so much better? But you can't all do it. Not possible. Not possible at all.
Quiet piggy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. What a time.
I feel like it causes you more pain now than it used to when you channel the spirit.
Yeah, it's just not as funny as it used to be in general. At moments it's still, but like the whole thing is just less funny now than it used to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Living in. Unbelievable.
Dude, I can't believe we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at that. I'm like, this has been a podcast.
Oh, it's always a podcast. Podcast and a half, some would say.
Some would say 3 podcasts. Like I've had 3 wins. Are we going to make it a 4th podcast? Are we going to go past 4 hours?
We
would always go past 4.
You are selling the Trump 2028 merch at the White House, right?
Of course I'm selling it. And frankly, it's flying off the shelves. Everybody loves it. They say, wow, we actually want 5 terms. We really do. Just be king. Be king at this point. And I said, I can't do that, but maybe I can do that. Maybe we can.
People want it. People want it.
Everyone wants it, frankly.
Everyone.
That's what they tell me. My people tell me, they say, we want you forever. We frankly think you're the best ever. We love the war. We love the war. Everyone loves the war. Have you heard this? Have you read about this? The country loves it.
Oh yeah.
So, wow, why didn't anyone else do it before you?
Except for the lunatic left.
Don't even get me started. And good thing we'll never have them again. Because we'll never have an election again. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Well,
good times, man.
Yeah, man. Goddamn. I guess, man, maybe to kind of wrap up and on maybe a more positive note, where are you at right now as far as your thought process with the podcast? Do you have any plans, any things you want to, ambitions for how you want to kind of do stuff going forward? Where's your mindset now with the pods right now? Because I know it's always something that is swirling around up there for you.
Not really. I mean, I don't really have any aspirations or goals. I'm just kind of doing. I think the aspiration and the goal was to start the podcast.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of just to continue doing it and having fun and trying to learn. And, as more and more time goes on, I get more and more just DMs from people that how much they appreciate the podcast and how much they're learning from it and everything, which makes me feel just great. It makes me feel like I have a purpose, and sometimes it's good to have that in your life. Could you imagine not having your podcast now?
Honestly, no. It's been such a staple of my life now for the past 2.5 years that I don't think I could see not having it. It'd be very strange.
Yeah.
It would be an extraordinarily weird feeling to not have the podcast.
Yeah, it's part of my life now, you know. I mean, I'm in my 3rd season. Which is nuts. 134 episodes, I think I've recorded now.
Damn. Yeah.
What are you at? Because we started at almost the same time, right?
Yeah. You've lapped me. This is 116.
Right on.
But
that's hardly lapping.
Well, but you've doubled up on plenty of weeks, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I do 5 episodes a month.
Okay. Yeah. So Yeah, I just do one a week, and I've never done a second podcast in a week, and I've missed it. We had like I think a couple of years we did like a little bit of a break in the summer, and then I think one year we did a break around like Christmas, New Year's. So yeah, I'm a few shy of one a week for the last 2.5 years, but pretty much there.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to the summer is difficult. Like right in the middle of the summer, the boys' birthdays are mid-July.
Cool.
You know, me and my wife, we definitely have like a season for copulating, you know, so their birthdays are 3 days apart. Which is great for the party, you know, like we can go all out one big party, which is fun. We usually get a giant water slide. It's
Okay.
it's got to be like 70 or 80 feet long, and I think it's usually like it's got to be like 20 or 30 feet tall. It's this huge inflatable water slide, yeah, and it has multiple lanes, and they just slap that in our front yard, and it's so big that it goes from like the edge of our driveway into our side property, you
Wow.
know, and it has like a reservoir at the end, like a pond, so that, you know, the kids slide down that and go into the pond. And it's just it's immensely fun to be able to do that, you know, kind of go all out, and you know, but do it for both of them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's I can't even imagine what that looks like. That sounds insane.
I know. I wish that there was more like snake folks in Florida. Like I'd be inviting people over. Like if you lived here, I'd be like, dude, come by, you know, because we usually just like do
Come use
like,
the giant fucking water slide.
yeah, it's fun because like, you know, we've been doing it every year for the past few years because it's just easy to get everybody to our house.
Yeah.
The fun's outside. We get, you know, Bluetooth on the stereo, and, you know, just play songs and play horseshoes and what do they call it? Cornhole, you know, and just play some games and let the kids play, and it's a good time.
Yeah. That sounds like a fun time. It definitely does.
It is. It is. But yeah, so usually that comes up middle of summer, and, you know, and also, you know, the kids are in camp this time of year, and
Mhm.
and you know, I work a lot. I just worked 2 weeks straight, and
Dang.
yeah. So there's always it's a busy time of year. And then the same thing right around Christmas is usually pretty busy too.
Yeah.
But that's why I try to keep that backlog. You know what I'm saying? Get that.
Yeah. That's what's nice about not doing live podcasting
Yeah.
is you can just kind of, you can log them and sit on them for a minute. I mean, not like I couldn't do the same thing. You know, I don't have a mandate to go live, obviously, considering we're recording this one right now.
Yeah.
But it's fun though. I do like having the comments, the live chat. It's a different thing altogether, but it is fun.
Yeah.
I'll definitely say it is enjoyable. So
Well, we took a break today. We got to use the restroom. I ate 6 ounces of ground beef.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's nice to be able to do that. To be able to be like, hey, let's just pause for a second. You know.
yeah. That it is. That definitely is. Yeah, I don't get that luxury live. I mean, I can't believe on some of the episodes I've had that have gone 4+ hours that I've actually sat in this chair for the entire time, and the guests. Like, I think it's probably that's even more impressive because it's not like I'm here every week doing one of these, so they're just like locked in for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you know, when it's Nick Mutton, you can't really say much about that because that's just how he lives. But
Yeah. I love that guy.
yeah, I got to hang out a little bit in Cali for Trap Fest, and
Oh, how was that?
that was great. You know, it's just like listening to a live podcast.
Yeah.
So
He's such a good dude.
yeah, he's a nice guy. Definitely.
And he's jacked out of his damn mind.
Yeah,
He's got
Yeah.
some guns on him.
dude can probably bench double what I can.
Yeah.
I'll blame my long limbs on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's genetics. What can I do?
Yeah. You're cursed, clearly.
Yeah,
You're a giant gangle monster.
We love giant Gango monsters.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're a very nice young man, Steven.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, fuck.
Yep. This is what happens at 3 hours and 30 minutes.
It is.
You know?
It is. Well,
dude, I feel like Daytona is going to be lit this year, man. The amount of people that are going compared to last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm not sure. I don't really know who's going, but
I think I asked Ryan. I think Ryan said he's going.
Okay.
I think I know Keith is going. I think Keith is going to set up a table.
Cool.
You know, people are going, man. You're going.
Yeah, me.
The Dr. Stephen Kush.
Yes.
You know?
Doctor of Scrubonomics.
Yes. Scrubonomics 101.
Mm-hmm.
Shepherding the scrubs.
Yeah.
Simple, humble life.
Yeah. Just a lowly shepherd.
With a lowly shepherd. With his flock.
Mm-hmm. All right. We may be fully off the rails, but yeah, no, yeah, I am stoked for Daytona. Definitely going to be a fun time.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we'll have to figure out. We'll have to meet up at some point.
Yeah, 100%.
Go get some Culvers. Go get some stuffed donuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Go get some.
Dude, last year. Oh my God, we got Culvers on our way back up to Daytona from South Florida. It was nighttime. I was driving, and they gave me a fucking dog burger.
What?
Bun patty bun. Off you go.
Wow.
And I was eating it, and it was dark. I'm like, what is this? And it was far enough away when like I realized it was like, oh, we're not gonna fucking turn around. I'm like, oh my God. They gave me a dog burger at Culver's. I ordered deluxe fucking bacon, cheese, yada, yada, yada. They said, fuck you.
Beautiful dogs.
They would have loved that burger.
Dude, I can't believe how close you were to me and we didn't.
Yeah, he just wouldn't respond to me.
That's not true. Is it true?
You want to look at some timestamps?
All right. I have social anxiety, okay, Steven? And, you know, as time has gone on, I've gotten more and more comfortable with you. So.
Yes. You pulled the MJ with the sunglasses on indoors all day at the show.
Oh, yeah. I'll continue to do that. That's my autism right there, son. Yeah.
Everyone's like, wow, this guy is so much cooler than the rest of us. And meanwhile, you're just like, ah.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like, I'm so freaking out.
Dennis, save me. It's like,
my doctor said I don't have autism, though. So.
Oh. You have no excuse then.
Yeah.
Take the shades off, Adam.
I don't know. My sister-in-law, who's a therapist, though, she begs to differ.
On the tiz?
Yeah. She's like, you need more rigorous testing.
It's like, eh.
She's like, he's wrong.
A lot of Tylenol. I asked Bobby. He said, oh, yeah, Adam has his blood type is Tylenol, frankly. That's what they said. A lot of autism.
How do you say acetaminophen?
Acetaminophen. That's what they call it. It's Tylenol. It's Tylenol. I say Tylenol. It's a big. I'm good at big words. Frankly, I'm actually great at big words. But I say Tylenol. It's everyone knows Tylenol. That nobody knows acetaminophen, and no one knows that. Frankly, no one knows that.
Sometimes I get confused on how to spell dumb. I feel like there's a letter there that not many people are aware of.
You know, most people, Adam, and you know, you're a smart man, so you know this, but there's a B. People don't think there's a B. You don't pronounce the B. It's a silent B. Why is it there? But it's there, and only smart people know that it's there. It's a B in dumb. Don't be dumb and put the B at the end of dumb. or you are dumb. With the B, with or without the B, you're dumb, but definitely without the B. What was the question?
The Democrats.
I mean, they're very Democrats. They're the stupidocrats. They're the idiotcrats. Some call them. Some call them.
I love how in that interview he's like, that one may not catch on. We'll see.
Oh, I didn't hear. He said Democrats.
Yeah, he actually said Democrats, and then that's when he went into. Okay. Most people don't realize that there's a B on the end of dumb.
I just saw that part of the clip with the B at the end of dumb. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And
really?
And he's like sitting there and he's like, Democrats, it might catch on,
Lost the juice, man. He used to be great at nicknames.
Well, he's getting up there, Yeah. He's getting up there.
Yeah.
You can't be sharp forever.
No. Nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Democrat.
Boy, that sleepy one's got to be. I don't know how anybody could think that's not coming back to bite him now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll rely on the short attention span of the American people for that one.
Yeah.
Just nobody will remember it, but yeah. Yep.
All right, man.
Ending woke by falling asleep.
Wokeness is over.
Yep. Well, dude, yeah. Thanks again for being on the show. 3.5 hours, just like that, no problem. I can't imagine anybody doesn't know, but if not, where can they find you? Where can they find the podcast?
Just type in The Expert and the Idiot. There's nobody listening anymore, Steven.
Shit.
If you're listening at 3 hours and 35 minutes or 6 minutes, please comment. Say, I made it. I made it.
I made it.
Please comment and say I made it. And then head over to my channel and subscribe to it, please. The Expert and the Idiot.
If we even get one comment, I'll be so happy.
Yeah.
The I made it comment.
I think Lisa's gonna comment.
Well, now she has to.
Yeah. She's gonna tell you why you're wrong about white lips or something.
That's fine. I like white lip pythons. I'm glad that Lisa's doing it.
Yeah, Lisa's the best.
She is.
She needs to read audiobooks.
Not a bad move.
But only if like she just, as she's reading, like she just started like saying what she's thinking about the book. that would be epic.
Yeah. I think you're onto something. We got Hole in the Wall, and we have Lisa doing editorialized voiceovers. Man, we've made millions off this episode alone. We don't even know it yet.
Dude, people are gonna cash in on these things. You know?
Come to our Hole in the Wall.
Yep.
You won't regret it.
That sounded so bad.
Why? It sounds fantastic. I'd love to come to the Hole in the Wall. You can eat at the Hole in the Wall too.
Yeah.
You can either eat out or eat in, whatever you want to do at the Hole in the Wall. All right, let's just fucking call it. Thanks again, Adam. Thanks again, everybody, for watching or listening. Catch you all back here next week for a new episode.